Round one. Fight! Piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing. Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome to Tier Ranker Fights. So I'm kind of getting back into a couple of these. Been a little heavier on tournament fights, but tonight we're doing our second episode of our animation series. This is Tier Ranker Fights number 86, and it's best animated movies from 2017 until now. I don't think the title actually says that, so I will change that before this episode is done. But yeah, we're doing the second half of our animated series. So yeah, we're going to be going decade by decade to determine the best animated movies of all time. So we'll eventually get there 1 month at a time. So, and I'm your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, brought to you by Walt Disney. I wish tonight. I wish they were a sponsor, but we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our panel for tonight. We have Austin Pez Howell, my co-host for tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm here to do my vote chart duties, and I will do them as usual. But coincidentally, Jordan, 2017 is about when I tapped out on animated movies. So out of the however many are on this list, like 50 or 60, I counted 16 of them. So I don't know how much help I'm actually going to be voting wise tonight. I will do my duties as you know, to keep track of everything as I do, but good luck actually getting a vote out of me unless it happens to be one of the 16. So
well,
yeah, there you
just
go.
do your best. I think we all have our movies we love and well our like genres we love and ones we're maybe not as into, and that's totally fine.
Well, I mean, when we get to like the older stuff, 90s, 2000s, you know, even 80s to a degree, I'll be able to talk more. But dude, I'm turning 37 in like a couple of weeks. Like I'm just me personally, yeah. I'm tapped out on these movies. They give me headaches. I'm just like, yeah. I'm not gonna try to be a downer. I promise. I'm just no. I'm just literally. It's like the warning up front. You know what I mean? It's like the caveat. You know, the footnote. That's all it is today. Yeah. So just letting you guys know.
Well, that's totally fine. No worries, because like I started watching a few movies for this, and I was like I don't know if I'm a big animation guy either, but I think I just started off with a couple I didn't like, and then I got to some really good ones that I'm excited to talk about. So there is great animation out there. So, yeah. But we'll bring in the rest of our crew for tonight. I'm bringing Jacob Barber. He'll be helping us run the tier ranker chart. How's it going?
It's going well. Yeah, I made the chart. I'm excited to talk about this. Unlike Austin, I think there are only about 16 that I haven't seen on the list. So
maybe you should be co-hosting. I'll just sit off screen in the background and just write votes down. Because
hey, we all have our place. We all have our part.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I guess there's a reason Jacob wasn't all of our horror shows. You know what I mean? So
that is true.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but also joining us, we have Chris Diaz.
Hello. Here to talk about my second favorite genre between musical, animated. I watch a lot animated.
Well, you and Jacob can do the musical decades tier rankers whenever we get to those, and we'll follow your lead.
Because I watched a lot animated movie on part a lot of leak at by Disney leak over at movie Battleground. But it's fun, and yeah, I love animated. And there are a bunch I love that I happy we did to talk about today.
Nice. Well, sounds good. So we got some people who actually have seen most of these, so that's always nice. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Jordan Owens. How's it going?
Hello there, hello everyone. This will be an interesting round if there's gonna be multiple rounds where like me, Pez, and Jordan all go, pass.
Should we reduce the 3 votes to get it on the charts down to 2?
Yeah.
So just say now, go mainstream with your picks, or they might not make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Chris and I will make the list, and you guys can just.
Yeah.
I feel like I also out of the list. I've seen like the ones I've seen, it was like half bad, half good. So like I don't know if that's a good thing either. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, I've seen about half of them, so I mean it's something. I tried. So but yeah, so I guess Austin, since you're the coach, you want to break it down how it's going to work for anyone that might be tuning in.
Yeah, so we got the list in the private chat. Obviously, Jacob in a minute will scroll it down, and we'll be able to see all the lovely posters for all these movies on the tier ranker chart. But this is 2017 through present day with all these, and it looks like Jacob's even got them in like alphabetical order. That's all nice and shiny.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. That'll be nice. But anyways, so once we'll get to our nomination process, and how it works is we'll go up and down the ladder. Everybody will get a chance to nominate a movie from the list for any of the slots in the tier ranker chart. We have S for superior, which is the cream of the crop, and then it goes down from there: A, B, C, D, F, like grades in school. And also, obviously, I haven't seen, but like we said, maybe we'll stretch it if our 2 experts have seen it. We haven't. Maybe we'll just kind of go with them on it. We'll see. We'll have to be a little looser tonight because it's so recent. But yeah, and so we're looking to put potentially 10 in the S tier with 3 honorable mentions from the A tier. Things can get bumped up, things can get bumped down. We saw it on the Marvel thing last night. We had, or the other, not last night, but the other night we had one get bumped up from the A tier into the S tier at the end of the show. So that can definitely happen. And yeah, we'll go for about 2 hours, and then we'll keep an eye on the clock, and then we will go into our last chance Hail Mary round for you to throw those last minute nominations out there, and stuff can definitely get up into the S tier last minute. It's happened many times before, but as somebody nominates something, so Jacob will be up first. If he nominates movie A, everybody will go, he'll give us a minute or less kind of about that movie, where he wants to put it, and everybody else will kind of give their letter grade, what they think about it, and we'll go through that and come to a little consensus on it, and I'll keep track of the votes on my handy dandy little chart. So that's kind of how it works. It's pretty simple. And we'll get things going here.
Yeah, and I apologize if you see me looking down on my phone for the first 5 minutes. I forgot there's a bunch of people that actually wanted to tune in, and they all asked for links to everything, and I forgot to do that. So maybe doing that the first 5 minutes while you all talk and say your things. But yeah, don't worry. I'm paying attention. I'm still here. But
no worries. Well, like I said, Jacob will be kind of running our tier ranker bracket, but he's also up first down at the bottom down there. So what would you like to kick us off with?
I put myself at the bottom for a reason, because I know you mentioned the
shenanigans
tiers.
rigged.
You mentioned, because I didn't want to spoil this, because you mentioned the tiers A, B, S, A, B, C, D, F. Haven't seen, but there was one movie that I watched that I think deserves its own tier, because I don't even think it's F quality. I think it's lower than an F. And so what we're gonna do, and you guys can disagree with me if you want, I don't know, but you see this right here? We have a tier for the emoji.
That
works.
Hated that movie.
So my first not even nomination, but my first choice will be the emoji movie, because I don't know why this is a thing. I had actually never seen it. And I was like, well, Austin usually watches the bad movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna do it this time, because there were 90 minutes of my life that I wish I could get back. I fell asleep for about 15 minutes, chose not to rewind the movie to
You
where I
didn't.
fell
You
asleep.
didn't miss anything wherever you fell asleep. You didn't miss.
You
Yeah.
did
anything.
not miss anything. For someone who
Yeah.
worked at the movie theater, you did not miss anything.
Mhm.
Yep, same. I
but
went to the movie theater during this movie too, so yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't miss it.
this is probably like my least favorite animated movie like ever. Probably one of my least favorite movies. Period. The voice cast is whatever. I mean, I know the emojis are meh, but even Jennifer Coolidge sounds like she doesn't want to be part of this movie. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just an abomination of a movie, and that is why it's on its own tier under F.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, you can just throw it there. If you still want to nominate,
Does
something
anybody
else,
have any
it's okay.
objections? I don't.
No.
Because this
I mean,
movie
enough.
sucks.
Talk
Yeah.
about the whole decade stuff in 2010. This is not the worst animated movie. There's something worse than that, but this is pretty bad.
Well, it is the worst Patrick Stewart movie ever made, probably. So he's in it for
Yeah,
some
no,
reason.
it's
Yeah.
a movie that deserves its own tier, and I'm glad you made it because it
It's
deserves
the
it.
second worst
Yeah.
animated movie of the 2010 decade, besides No Man and Ours, but it's the worst.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even think that's included. But
Food Fight is
Thank
worse.
God. Thank
Food
God
Fight
it's
is
not.
worse.
Yeah.
The Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen movie.
Well, that
Yeah.
was
Oh,
like
yeah.
2012 though, right?
Yeah, that's like an unfinished movie. So I mean,
Yeah.
Emoji Movie's at least finished.
Yeah,
Like,
I think North of the North was what 2016, maybe.
Yeah, that was
2014?
saying we were including the whole decade of 2010.
Yeah.
These two are like the
No,
top
I'm
tier.
fine with leaving it there. If everybody else is, we can just do that, and there will be no objections from anybody on the
Yeah.
panel.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you nominate an actual movie, Jacob?
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
of some quality. Yeah, we can talk about
I don't want to go with the obvious pick that most people think I will choose. So I'm going to go with a movie that I rewatched today. It's a French movie I saw on Netflix, and this is going to determine how I nominate the rest of the night.
All right.
I don't know if a lot of people have seen it. It's called I Lost My Body. It's a French movie that from Netflix. It's about this this severed hand who is trying to make its way back to its body, and this whole time we're seeing flashbacks of he's got a French name. I'm just going to call him Ralph. It was like Ralph or something like that. And the fool, maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
I watched it in French.
Let's say it with like a little French kick.
Yeah. But he starts out as a delivery driver for a pizza restaurant, and he is late to this apartment building delivering a pizza, and ends up having this conversation with a girl that lives in the building, Gabrielle, and ends up finding out where she works, so just wanting to get to know her more. Ends up working for her uncle as an apprentice, and it's beautifully animated. The relationship between Ralph, we'll call him Ralph, and Gabrielle is really good. The animation is beautiful. It's 80 minutes, so it was a breeze to watch. And yeah, just a really interesting journey with this severed hand trying to find its way back to its body. And I realize it's not for everyone, especially if you don't like forward movies and if you don't like animated movies. Definitely this one's not for you. But I would recommend that everyone give it a shot because it is really, really good.
All
It was actually nominated for Best Animated Feature, I believe.
What year
Well,
did it come out?
I believe it was 28.
I've added to my list to watch.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
if
for this panel,
it might have been a Golden
Globe.
Globe nominee or something, but because it was the same year as Klaus.
Okay.
We'll get to Klaus pretty soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I could just say this. Has anyone else seen it?
No.
So you may have to just throw it down there in the haven't
The
seen
only
just to say-
three.
just to
I'm
say-
so sorry.
I'll be loose, Jacob, but we gotta at least have two. I can't.
Yeah,
just
no.
Yeah.
absolutely,
I will say
absolutely.
I've heard about it on Show About Shows. My partner Dutch gave it a good review, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if it goes and I haven't seen, the rules of the show is we'll give you another one, but maybe try to do something a little more mainstream, Jacob, if possible.
For my
Yeah.
next French animated
Because
movie.
look, you're stretching with current animated, you're even more stretching with French animated. So
Yeah.
yeah.
At least they got the
All right.
awareness out there, though, so people can
Don't
check
say
it out.
Loving Vincent. Don't say it.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
No one
Alright,
has.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it was
Light year.
no, I'll go the other one that I just
yeah.
mentioned. I'll go Klaus.
Okay.
Okay.
I think this is a really fun Christmas movie, kind of an origin story for Santa Claus. Great voice cast. I feel like I've talked a lot, so I'll just throw it in the S tier and and hope it stays there.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think about Klaus?
I love Klaus. This was a film I was a little bit late to because it was thanks to Anthony and Christina who recommended it to me, actually. I thought it was a beautiful movie. I thought it was heartwarming. I thought it was funny. I liked the Looney Tune accent a little bit with some of the humor. I thought the ending does hit emotionally. Like, spoiler alert, what happened to J.K. Sim at the end, when you go, I am ready, it does. You can't hesitate but get emotional. And the reveal about why he made choice, I think it is a heartfelt, a hot, emotionally moment in the movie. Yeah, definitely up there. It's one of the Netflix best animated movies they ever made, and I watch it every Christmas. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. JPO, think about Klaus.
I'm very much in agreement here. I'm gonna go with S as well here. Lock that in. Yeah, this is one that I kind of finally got around to just because I like J.K. Simmons, and it absolutely won me over here. I've drafted in I think animation drafts. I really like this movie here. I think it's gonna become a Christmas classic. If you haven't seen it, watch it around Christmas time, and I think you'll dig the animation. It's really kind of cool and unique, and everything. It's funny, it's heartwarming. And it absolutely has become, I think, a modern classic in a way. So yeah, S.
Yeah. Austin?
Do you even have to ask? Jordan?
No? You haven't seen?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought you were giving it an S as well.
Yeah, sure. S tier.
Well, it's one that like more people
S
have
for
been
skipped
talking about
it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is where I'm kind of a little different. I mean, because people started messaging me, and one guy saying like this is the best animated movie that I've seen in the last 10 years. It's so good. You have to see it. Go check it out. So I watched it, and like it was fine. I like seeing, hearing Norm Macdonald's voice kind of in there, so that's cool. But for me, I wasn't like super high on it. I mean, it is a cool take of just doing something different with the story of Santa Claus. So I do like that, and I don't know. Like I'll be generous. I almost want to give it a C, but I'll say B. That's generous for me. So B. So
should we got
Yeah.
So
S and
Yeah. I feel like 3S's on this show is going to be pretty damn
this one, yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Pretty damn overwhelming.
Yeah, it's looking good.
no matter what any of the other votes are. So yeah. All right. We'll go to Diaz.
I do go with another Netflix movie. I do go with Mr. Virgin Machine. This was a film I was kind of like had no idea what to expect. I would wait one night and I was like, okay, I need something to watch, and I picked it. This movie is probably one of the most funniest animated movies from this decade. It heartfelt, it's funny, and by far one of Denny McBride, my top 5 best performance he's given anything. His voice acting really is really good in the movie. My Rudolph is great. Olivia Colman is hysterical as the villain in the movie, and it has that message, like especially your father, like I have a daughter this whole way. The father-daughter dynamic is really heartfelt. It does have some really good emotional beats to it. The best product placement in an animated movie with the Furby when you get to it. It's freaking insane moment in the movie, and it's hysterical. Like, yeah, I had S tier for me. This is like, I love this movie. I've rewatched it so many times now. There's so many funny one-liners. Danny does get to me, and it's a great father-daughter story in an apocalypse type scenario. So yeah, S tier.
Yeah. Sounds good. JPO, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll follow suit. I'll agree with S tier for this one as well. Here, one of the best Netflix movies out there, probably, as well as with Claws. Netflix killing it so far in animation as far as this show so far. Yeah, it's very zany. It moves along at a very quick pace here. You know what I mean? But I dug it here. You know what I mean? I like the main female character here, the journey the family goes through. Becomes a little kind of action heavy in the later half, but I still really liked it. So yeah, I'll agree with S.
Yeah. And Austin, have you seen it?
I watched 15 minutes of it and it gave me a headache and I turned it off, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
not-
I was just saying, like,
Yeah.
I would imagine that because I can see that happening. It
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is like hitting you hard.
So I just tapped out early before I passed out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this one I actually can say S tier because this movie's freaking great. Like and some of these Netflix movies, I kind of like. I'm not as up like on what's new on Netflix always, and so I'm always looking for those suggestions. It's suggested by quite a few people, and they're like, yeah, you got to check it out. Yeah, and it's zany. Yeah, like starts as a road trip movie, and then turn into like this apocalyptic, like the family is fighting these machines, and yeah, like I really dig it too, and yeah, Danny McBride, he's great, and yeah, so I think that's a pretty easy S, and I really like the animation style. I think it works great. So yeah, S tier.
I can never look at Furby ever again after the movie.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with S tier. I think this movie is a lot of fun. Great road trip movie, great man versus machine movie in the animated form. And so yeah, I will absolutely agree with S tier.
Yeah, and I told my friend Sarah, she's in the chat, that I'd shout her out when she pops in. So she's been watching. She's been getting her friends to subscribe to the channel. So hey, what's up, Sarah?
And that did remind me of a piece of thing we did on the animated or the anticipated tournament that the Mitchells versus the Machines directors, even though Seth Rogen's involved with that Turtles thing, are the ones directing it. The new Turtles
I am
movie.
sold.
So
Yeah.
and
Look
that
at that.
actually on that thing, I gave that information and sold a lot of people on getting more interested in it because it's the people behind that movie actually doing the Turtles movie. So
I mean, it's the same animation style of like Puss in Boots, Spider-Verse, and all of that, and like they've been killing it.
Yeah, sounds good. So now we're on JPO. So what do you want to nominate?
Sure, I'll go with the at least at the moment here, me and Pez were just really talking about another show, the maybe live action version, but we're gonna go for the finale of How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 3, was it Hidden World? Is that the subtitle?
Yeah.
Those pesky subtitles. But yeah, I've said before, I actually, even outside of animation, I think this is one of the tightest trilogies we've had, maybe of all time, definitely the last 20 years here. There's not a bad How to Train Your Dragon entry here. It's another one that visually is fun, has a great voice cast from Baruchel to Wig to Hill to Gerard Butler to what is it, even Kate Blanchett later on. And yeah, just the heart's there, humor's there, the characters are there, the world is there. Like it's really fun world building as the series goes along, and it doesn't end on a bad note, man. It ends kind of really apropos, and I'm a big believer in like the ending of a movie counts, especially of a trilogy or of like a bigger story, and they nail it, I think. So S tier.
Yeah.
We talk about Cricket, maybe get to me.
Yep. Well, Austin, what do you think?
So I actually have seen all the How to Train Your Dragons. I have the Blu-ray set, and I saw the first one in IMAX actually, and then the other two I just saw on Blu-ray. Yeah, they're all good. I don't remember the specifics of this one, but I remember it being good. So sure, S tier.
Yeah, like for me, I'm pretty new to all the How to Train Your Dragon movie. I only saw them all about 6 months ago, and yeah, this one's really, really good. And for me, I think they're all on par. Like they're all like just as good. It's one of those trilogies. I don't know which one I like more than the other because they're all so good. It's like one of the best animated trilogies out there. And yeah, like, and I remember that. I mean, the Hidden World kind of explains it all because they go to this place where they find all these dragons. And it's like the home where a lot of them come from. So yeah, so I think it's pretty great. So and they just bring back everyone from all the other movies because it's working. So so yeah, it's an S tier. Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I'll first off shout out to Brendan Fraser for winning lead actor at the SAG.
And Michelle Yeoh won as well.
Spoilers for a show I was gonna watch.
Let's go Fraser.
Yeah.
But for How to Train Your Dragon 3, absolutely, I will agree with Nest here. I think, this is one of the tightest trilogies that we've seen. I even put this up against the first 3 Toy Story movies. I think there's an argument to be made. And yeah, I think this is a great end. I love the world here. I love the animation. I think it's beautiful. The colors. It's
really cool.
Is an easy S tier for me as well.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you say?
I love this movie. I do. I kind of mentioned it. I do see Kristen Wiig kind of some of the humor doesn't work with her and the F. Murray Abraham stuff. But F. Murray Abraham is phenomenal villain in this. Like, he is creepy, he is menacing, he is really good. Life Fury is a great character added to it. I like the relationship between Peter and Life Fury thing. I thought it was a cute romantic thing. The ending, I admit, in the movie kid, I did cry at the end. Like, the ending did get to me emotionally. Like, this is a phenomenal trilogy. I give it S tier, despite the humor with Hitman, and I kind of did not want the whole hitting on the mom joke in the movie. I think that's kind of a little creepy in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, especially with Kit Harington, I think they did a little bit better job with him in the third one, considering how good he was in the second one.
Yeah. Well, it's unanimous, right? You say S, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
And we are to Austin.
Lightyear sucks.
Yeah.
Lightyear is
come
boring.
on. No.
Lightyear
Not that
You're
bad.
killing me.
is fucking terrible.
I freaking love
This movie put me to sleep 3 times in the theater, and I saw a 10:30 in the morning showtime to try to ensure that didn't happen, and I still fell asleep 3 times. The movie starts out okay in the first 15 minutes, and then it devolves into this nonsense of them doing this goofy heisty shit when it should be exactly what the premise is, him doing Space Ranger adventures, and it's not. And if it was him and the Sox character going on Space Ranger adventures, it would be way, way better. But instead, it's just boring bullshit. There's no reason Tim Allen shouldn't be the voice in this. That's really stupid that you got somebody else to do it. And I don't buy for a second that this is Andy's favorite movie, because unless it was his favorite nap time movie that his mom put on all the time to put him to sleep, I don't buy that for a goddamn second. So I'll give it a D because the first 15 minutes has potential, but then it tanks really fucking hard. So it's a D. It's a D. I won't go quite F, but it's a D. Lightyear sucks. And I think people are realizing that left and right. This movie is bullshit.
And not the worst Pixar movie from the decade.
Yeah, well, I don't want to agree with that, but I actually really like Lightyear a lot. And I'll say the reason why they have a different voice is because Chris Evans is the voice of the character from the TV show. This is not actually Buzz Lightyear. This is his character from the TV show, and that's why they have a different voice for it. So, but I think that it's fun just because it's them trying to figure out how to get off this planet. They're stranded. They got to try all these different things. It's not working. And then you create tension because you just think they're going to be trapped there forever. And so you're just trying to figure out how they're ever going to get off. So, or if they ever do. So, and there's some time lapse stuff with space. I think that they kind of do that because I guess in space, when you do certain things, time moves differently. So, yeah, but I actually had a fun time. I'm not going to say that I absolutely loved it, but also give it a B. I think a B is where I would land.
Jacob, this movie's on par with Klaus in Jordan's mind. Just think about that.
Yeah.
Just think about that. It's on par with Klaus. This boring piece of shit. Okay.
Read it to me. I have some
I think it's better than Klaus. I'll even say that. I think it's just more.
Oh,
you just made me want to lower my grade even more. That was a bad way to defend your movie.
No, it's better than Klaus. Klaus is boring as shit. I'm sorry, it's boring.
This movie's fucking boring.
Jordan, to quote my iPad the other day, who hurt you?
Yeah, well, Jacob, what do you think about Lightyear?
It's my turn, guys. Let's let's settle down. You guys can have your say when it's your turn. Let's have some order in the show.
Yeah.
I like most of this movie. I up until he meets the what is it, the granddaughter. Everything after that is okay. Will I rewatch this movie? Probably not. It's definitely not going to be part of, if I ever do a rewatch of the Toy Story movies. I will feel okay skipping this one. I'm not quite at a D, but I do. It's like a B minus C plus, so I'll go C for this one actually.
Sure. Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
Okay, the first 15 minutes up until after when you find out what happened to his friend passing, and that video message is really good. That video message scene is emotional. What they do to Zurg is insulting as a Toy Story fan, and someone who loved the Buzz Lightyear show as a kid. Like, that is an insult to me. They take Zurg, who is a great villain, like the cartoon and a bunch of other things, and make it a joke. Doesn't make sense. Spot is amazing. Spot is the best thing about this movie. That cat is adorable. Like, I would want to tell you like that. That's what Annie would want to have. Not this Buzz and this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but the other character, Taika Waititi, get a couple laughs for me, and Spot does get a couple laughs to the end for me. Like the whole him knocking out the human with that dots joke is hysterical. And that's the biggest laugh in my theater. It's C tier at best. That laugh that really hurt the movie, especially what they do to Zurg. Fuck you, movie, for ruining Zurg.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow, a movie where Taika Waititi is involved and all the characters are turned to clowns? Color me shocked.
Oh, shocked. Yeah.
Color me shocked.
Well, you can't blame him. He's just a voice actor here.
Yeah.
It's not like he had
all
say.
It's called the
Yeah.
Taika effect. He has ruined even the MCU, even the
He's in
movies
the
he's not
room.
in.
We gotta
He's around. Yeah. Come on, throw another joke in there. Yeah, come on. It'll be great. People love
You
it.
know what would be funny if you underlined the tension.
Yeah.
I gave you about 5
Attack
minutes.
it.
to escape. The only funny joke in that.
Well, JPO, what do you think?
I'm very similar to Barber here, as in, like, I don't hate it by any means. Like, it's okay. It passed the afternoon. I waited until Disney Plus or whatever. But yeah, it's not one that I find myself I'm going to go back too much here. Chris is also right though. That cat is the best part. Probably the reason why I'm going to say it gets into the C's. C for cat.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
So where are we at?
Wow, that movie
Give it a C.
That movie doesn't even deserve a C. That's where it's gonna be. No way.
We got,
I mean, it's
two
better than
C's,
Cod 3.
3, 1
It's-
F.
Yeah, B,
Yeah.
3 C's and a D, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Austin, you're up.
I nominated
You just
that
went-
year.
No,
So.
So it's me. Okay. Well, let's go with the obvious pick that I'm just going to shoot for the stars here. I'm going to go for Into the Spider-Verse. Let's just bring it up. So, so yeah, the Spider-Verse is awesome. When I first saw it, I did get a little kind of dizzy from the animation, because here they do the kind of like fast-paced, kind of like blurry kind of stuff, like the whole movie, like the whole time. So, and there's other movies that only do it for part of the movie, but this does it all the way. So, but beyond that though, I have zero complaints. I think that this movie's great. I'm really excited for the next one. Shameik Moore from Dope is a great voice cast for Miles Morales. And then who would have thought Jake Johnson would have been great? It's just you're like regular universe Peter Parker, and then you throw in Haley Steinfeld as the Ghost Spider-Man, or Spider-Woman. Gwen Stacy, and then like Oscar Isaac pops up, Nick Cage as the Spider Noir, Chris Pine even for a minute. So yeah, I think that's awesome, and like doing the whole kind of multiverse, like Madam Web type stuff, I thought was like really cool, and the fight with the Kingpin, that's awesome. So yeah, let's go S tier for Spider-Verse. Jacob?
I feel like I've talked about this movie a lot on the channel recently.
Yeah.
we did our top 10 Marvel movies a couple of weeks ago, and then just yesterday, Austin and I did a blind ranking where he had a wheel of animated movies for me, and this was on it. And I had this one ranked pretty high. I had this
Fun episode. I watched
number 2.
Yeah, good stuff.
And looking back, I should have had it at number 1 based on what was involved because I absolutely love this movie. I think the animation style is really cool. I love the voice cast. I love the action in this movie. Back when I first watched it, I was like, we didn't really get a lot of Miles Morales as like a good Spider-Man until like the last 20 minutes of the movie. But then now knowing like we're gonna get more, I'm kind of okay with it. It was like the Power Rangers effect, from 2017 where they weren't really the Power Rangers until the last 30 minutes of the movie. It was like, all right, well, now I want more, but unfortunately we're not getting that. But thankfully we are getting more of the Spider-Verse, and I am all for it. I just recently rewatched it. It was just as good as the multiple times I watched it before. I'll probably rewatch it again before the new one comes out because I love this movie. It's not just one of my favorite animated movies. It's one of my favorite movies, period. S tier. Pretty.
Easy. All right. Well, Chris, what do you think?
This should be number 1 in the S tier. This is probably my favorite animated movie for the last couple of years. This is a film that I've seen so many times on so many rewatch. Like, the Link Spider-Man movie I will rewatch behind No Way Home and Spider-Man 2. And it's just amazing. Animation style was so stunning to me when I first saw it. I saw this twice in theater. The voice acting is great. You talk about top 5 best emotional moment animated film for this decade. You had to talk about the scene where his father comes to the door to tell him the news about her uncle, and he gives him that speech. Like that scene, especially for anybody who is a dad, it does hit hard. And the leap of faith scene is one of the best moments in any Spider-Man movie. For animation style, for like a fuck yeah moment, the voice acting, the story is great. Have we just say 2018 was a great year for Spider-Man stuff? We got that and the Marvel Spider-Man game were in the same year. Like we never did get that. We probably might get it again this year. We're lucky. But yeah, S tier, hand down.
Yeah, and Sarah's asking in the chat, does that mean I have to put it on my must watch list? Yes. You need to put it on your must watch list. Absolutely. So, JPO?
How many kids do you have, Chris?
I don't have kids, but this movie does hit me off.
I just know twice you've been like, especially if you're a father, you really make it seem like
but I have a relationship with my dad. It's kind of similar to like.
I think I saw a few kids running around in the background. I thought. Yeah.
That you know of, Chris. You never can be totally sure. Anyway, I'm not as high as some people are, but I'm still on an S tier for this one here. I think it's great. I do like the visual style here. Again, there is emotion as well as just really building a fun new universe here. Probably the best multiverse we've ever seen so far out in cinemas. And definitely makes you want more, and I'm glad we're getting more. So S tier.
By the way, before I forget, Stan Lee cameo, my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Cameo.
Mm-hmm. Well, Austin,
if I close my eyes, I really enjoy this movie because I've talked about it a lot. I saw it in the theater. I came out with a massive migraine, like this animation style, just like absolutely fucked with my head. It was just too much. But like again, I don't like people assuming that means I hated the movie as far as the content of the movie.
I apologize in front of everyone.
I don't apologize. Because I want to make this distinction. Just because the movie gave me a headache from the visuals doesn't mean I wasn't enjoying the content. Now, if you have a movie like Independence Day Resurgence, which also gave me a fucking migraine, but was also terrible, then I'm gonna flush that movie in the toilet. Okay, but the difference is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has a good script and a good story and good performances and actual good supporting characters. And like again, if I put this movie on like in the other room and just like listen to it while I'm doing laundry, it's pretty good. Like I'll be like, oh hey, I hear some Nick Cage, he's fun. Hey, there's the Spider Pig or whatever. That stuff is fun. So, like, I'll let you guys have it in the S tier, and I'm not going to drag it down.
Can we move it to number 1 in the S tier?
That's up to y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have a dog in the fight, but that's
We'll have that discussion at the
We'll
end
have that
because not
discussion
only
later,
did this swept and How to Train Your Dragon both swept.
that
a good
is
conversation.
something I can help with. I'm a very good vote counter, so we'll do
Yeah.
that. We'll deal with that later.
I'm voting for Train Dragon.
Yeah.
So we'll deal with that later.
You
shout out
might
a couple
have
more
another
people
one.
in the chat.
And-
Malcolm's
Yeah.
tuning in. What's
Hi,
up, Malcolm?
Mhm.
And we
You
got
might have another animated style
Destiny.
like that.
Hi,
Hey, what's
Destiny.
up? Hey.
Hello.
Welcome.
All right, back down
All right.
to Mr. Barber.
Jake
Who's got next? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm very curious to hear what people's thoughts are on this one. I'm not quite at an S tier for Onward, but I am a very high A tier for Onward. I think this is a really, really good movie about brothers. I think Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, great voice cast. I would love to see them do more together, maybe live action. But yeah, this is another fun. It's like another fun road trip movie, and I think the ending. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but the whole the whole story was so the younger brother could finally just meet his dad, and instead, what happens is the older brother, who I believe it's Barley and Ian. I just don't remember which one is which at the moment.
Barley.
I think Barley's the older brother.
Yeah.
So Barley gets that closure with his dad, and I think that's really cool. Because it wasn't what I was expecting. It was an ending that I didn't see coming, but I really love. And yeah, I think Pixar just knows how to hit those emotions, and I think once again they nailed it in this one. I don't quite have it on that S level, but I think it's one of the better Pixar movies from this time period.
Yep. And Malcolm, we had to give the Emoji Movie its own spot.
Jacob did that. You can thank him
Might
for
be
that.
another
It
movie.
deserves it.
Yeah.
It deserves
Yeah, it is bad. But Chris, what do you think of Onward?
This is a film. So I used to work at the movie theater, and my theater closed in 2020. This for the last film I saw in my theater, very, very cat. I love this film. I went to see it right before the pandemic hit. I saw my theater. I thought it was emotional. Once again, because my relationship with my dad, it does hit me hard a little bit. With the father storyline, the brother, especially with my older brother, the way I look up to him, it does hit on. I think the humor hit and miss sometimes. I think the guy that the mom dated, the mom and dad, so it doesn't land hard. But Octavia Spencer really funny. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is really good. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt were so well off each other. The end, he does hit hard. So I am in an A and B tier for me.
Yeah. Well, GPO.
This movie to me is almost like the opposite of Up, where I think the last bit is the best bit here that really kind of nails it, where everything else is good, not great. Kind of like Chris said, some of the humor didn't totally hit for me here. The journey was fine. Good, but not exactly, never got me to that next level as much as the last 10, 20 minutes did. So it's a B for me. It's good, but not
great. Sure. Well, Austin, have you seen it?
Well, yeah, we did our Pixar ranking, so I've seen all the Pixar movies. If you remember, I filled in all my gaps for the Pixar ranking, so I've seen all the Pixars. I watched Onward. I liked Onward. Yeah, it was a fun little road trip movie. A couple of the bits, the bit where they get pulled over by the cops was fun. I thought the whole bit was a good time. Yeah, and that final stuff with the dad is really good. It reminded me of a Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode where Captain Sisko gets stuck in a transporter accident and he's fluctuating in and out of time. And they flash forward, and Jake Sisko, his son, grows older and is played by Tony Todd, the Candyman. But he keeps only getting these 10-minute chunks with him when he just pops up out of nowhere. So he has to try to fill in the gaps and tell him he loves him. And it kind of reminds me of that. Really good episode. I give that episode an A, and I'll give Onward an
A. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Onward's great. Yeah, I think it has a lot of heart. Yeah, and I'd agree. It's a great story about two brothers on a journey, and yeah, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, they have great chemistry. And then there's even almost a second journey with with Octavia Spencer as the Manticore and Julie Louis Dreyfus as the mom. They're going after to find their two sons, and yeah, there's some really cool stuff. And yeah, I have a lot of fun with this, and I think overall I'd probably give it an A. I think that's a perfect spot. So.
Mhm.
All right, so A tier it is for Onward.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to Chris. What do you got?
So I torn between two Pixar movies to bring up here. Should I go with the one that made me solve the last 20 minutes, or should I go with another one that also made me? I did go with Coco. Yeah.
Okay.
Coco, to me, is a film that I didn't know what to expect because, I wrote like everybody, yeah, oh, it looked like Book of Life ripoff because I do like Book of Life from like a couple years ago before that. But there's a film that won me over and the movie went on it. That last 30 minutes is emotional roller coaster from when you get to the Remember Me flashback to the very end. I remember I was sorry during that last stuff. Miguel, a great character, Hector, a phenomenal character. Dale LaCruz is a really good villain. Benjamin Bratt does a great job voicing him. The family aspect is what really S tier for me. I think the stuff with Hector and the reveal of who Hector is to Miguel is a great reveal and a great twist to it. The ending, Remember Me, with grandma, like you don't have at least some emotion going, then you have no heart at all at that scene. Like it is, especially for someone who family suffered from who had a great grandmother who suffered from that like dementia, Alzheimer's. It does hit hard. And the idea that they could still remember me even when the memory's gone, it does hit hard. And the ending is like top notch, like Pixar level quality. So yeah, S tier for me. We would get to the other Pixar movie when we get back to me. It would be between this and something else.
Yeah. Sounds good. JPO, what do you think?
No, this is a really good one here. Again, maybe not as high as others, maybe just like a little less singing. So I'm going to say high A tier for me here. But yeah, no, again, it does kind of hits every kind of all the different beats that we've been talking about. Kind of what makes a really good movie, animated movie. Between again, the characters here, another kind of fun world that we're seeing here. So yeah, I'm going to say a high A tier.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, when I watched it, I actually watched it not that long ago when we did our Pixar rankings, which wasn't that long ago, and my grandmother had already passed from dementia or Alzheimer's, and then my grandfather also got it before he died this past year as well. So like that definitely like hits pretty hard. Like not to where I was like crying, but like it's definitely like a relatable thing where they have their good days and their bad days, and they'll recognize things, but then they won't recognize things. But yeah, like it was a good story. I think me and Jacob even talked about this. I didn't see the Ernesto turn coming. I really didn't. So I'm not, one of these humble brag guys that could be like, "Oh, I saw that." I didn't see it coming. I thought it was a neat little twist. The art direction is great. The set design is cool. It was an enjoyable experience. So yeah, in this case, of the ones I've seen, it's one of the good ones. So I'll give it an S tier, sure.
Yeah, for me, I love Coco. Love. This would have been my next pick. This is number 2 on my list. I got a list that I kind of rank the ones that I've seen, and yeah, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I barely caught at the tail end of it being in theaters because I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know, but I think it was one of those things where there wasn't that much playing and like that I wanted to see, so I was just like, well, go check out Coco, and yeah, it was great. I'm the same way. My great grandma, she kind of had some dementia during the end, and I'm a CNA. I went to school for that. I don't do it for work anymore, but I kind of got out of that field. But I got to help take care of her near the end of her life, and we became really close. So yeah, that scene at the end hits hard. But I mean, just really cool colors and like the animation's great, and just kind of seeing more of the Latino culture when they go into the like the land of the dead or whatever they call it. It's like really cool. So yeah, it's an easy S tier.
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the S tier for Coco. I think this is a really good movie. Yeah, the emotions there. It's beautiful to look at. The music, I think, is really good. And yeah, I didn't see the twist coming. And that final scene of Miguel singing to Grandma Coco. I haven't dealt with that personally. Like, I'm still a sensitive person. I have my emotions, and Pixar knows how to hit them, and they definitely did again with that. So I'll agree with S tier.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds
Well,
good.
for
It's
S and an
the
A.
only few
above
Pixar movie
class.
I would like to see
Yeah.
more of in a TV show or short or something.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
All right. JPO, I believe, is
Yeah.
up next.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, what's his name? Matt Reeves tried, but he didn't do as good of a job as Nolan. But Lego Batman movie almost did. There's my Burger King cup that I've had since I was 6.
Nice.
Gotta go for Lego Batman movie, man. Let's try for
Yeah.
S tier. Let's see what everyone says here. In a kind of similar way to Spider-Verse, but obviously different here. Where Spider-Verse is like, okay, we can try something different here. We got Miles Morales,
Yeah.
and in this case, we can have fun with Batman here. And I love Will Arnett. I love the kind of dynamic of him being the orphan here, and the dynamic between him and Joker. I really
Yeah.
love too.
Again, an actor.
They're destined for one
Yeah.
another. And I think again, it's the Lego movies, all three of them, I've actually really dug here. I guess four Ninjago is one, but the three main ones, this and the other two, I've really enjoyed here. And yeah, I think Lego Batman fit right in. There's a reason we got the spin off because of how much we loved them from the first one.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah. So this one gave me a headache even on an airplane. Watching it on like a 4-inch screen. So I tried to rewatch it on Blu-ray. 'Cause I think on the Blu-ray it was like $5 somewhere, and I was like, I'll give it another shot someday. I watched it, and it's clever, but almost to a point of it being annoying. I kind of thought this movie was kind of annoying and a little like proud of itself, like, and I just think the editing's a little too hyper. Like, it's just like, we gotta jump from here, and here's this over here, and another person, another character, like, fuck, calm the fuck down. Like, I like Batman when he was like a side guy in the Lego movies, when they just he dropped in for a couple of minutes, drop a couple of jokes, do a little action scene, bounce back out for 10 minutes, come back in. I don't know that every character needs a movie. This feels like some shit the MCU you would do, and it's like, I know he's Batman, but Jesus Christ,
He's Batman.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too cruel to these movies I actually have seen. This movie kind of annoys me. I gotta go C tier. I'm sorry. This movie annoys me. Yeah, I find it annoying more than I find it clever.
Correction too. It's McDonald's. I said Burger King. You're right.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you guys are just picking all the ones in my well, they're at the top of my list because this one I have ranked 4th overall out of the ones that I've seen. And yeah, I love the Lego Batman movie. I love the first Lego movie, and this one I like the second Lego movie. It might not be quite as on par, but if it's close, like if this were an S, that one would be like an A for me. But
we talk about that.
But the Lego Batman is a lot of fun. Like, it is kind of joke, and it's like really erratic. He's just flying all over the screen and like stuff. So for me, it's one of those ones that I had to watch multiple times because you watch it once, you miss half the jokes, so you got to go back and watch it another time to catch all the rest. So yeah, but like some of my favorite parts are like when he's in the Bat Cave and just like talking to Alfred and like heating up his lobster thermidor and like doing all that stuff. I think that's fun stuff. And then having Michael Cera as Robin, I think that was a lot of fun. And even Zach Galifianakis playing the Joker here. So yeah, I think that's great. So yeah, it's an easy S for me.
If you listen closely, by the way, they got Doug Benson to do Bane, and he's just doing his terrible Bane. He's just terrible Bane impression from The Dark Knight Rises, where every time they cut to him, he's just going, "And now we'll get yours, Batman." Like he's just doing like an over the top like Bane impression of Tom
Thank God
Hardy.
we got better version that in Harley Quinn animated show.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin. Yeah, he did that on the show.
I need to
People, Lord and Miller, who did the movie, have been on Doug Love's movies and are fans of his. So they just said, "Hey, we'll just have you do Bane, but like he's not going to be like a major character. We'll just have you do like 5 lines for him for the whole movie, and just do that, what you do, and like it doesn't even have to be good." And they put it in the movie, so that's
Nice.
like what it is. Yeah,
That's cool. Well, Jacob, what do you think for Lego Batman?
As I take a bite of cheese.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I like the Lego Batman movie. I do think he was my favorite of the side characters from the first one. So I was excited to get a spin-off movie, and I think it worked. I'm not quite as high on it as the Jordans are, but I will give it an A tier because I think most of the jokes land and I have fun with it. So A.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you think?
So let me separate it by 2 things. The Batman stuff worked. I think what hurt the movie a little bit when they add all of the the Wicked Witch of the West, the Dallas, and all of that into the film. I do think it takes away from the Joker and a bunch of the other characters. Had become more like, hey, let's see what we could use in a Lego movie. And like some of the joke works, some doesn't. I like the Voldemort scene is funny. A couple of the joke is funny. The Godzilla thing actually is like the late monster thing is very funny. That one joke with John. But I do like the Michael Cera stuff. I love Jack and Nash as the Joker. He is really funny. The where they won't they routine is very funny in the movie. So I'm more inclined to give it A or B tier. I think there's a lot I like about it. I just wish they did not have to shove in all of these like random villains from other universe. They try to do a Space Jam 2 thing there.
Yeah.
Did you not watch the Lego movie? That's all it was.
Yeah, but that would better. I just feel like why Joker would get like the Wicked Witch of the West, Voldemort, Sauron, and like he could just. I mean, my favorite joke in the movie is like, wait a minute, Batman live in Bruce Wayne's attic? Like that joke? I think the funniest joke.
Yeah.
What was the score again?
So I give it A or B ranking.
I need one or the other. No borderlines here. A or B pick. B. Okay, fair. Okay.
I need something in B. We don't have anything.
Well, it's not going to be. It's going to be low A because there was 2 S's, A, B, C. So it's going to be like A minus territory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be low A territory because we still have 2 S's.
Fair.
All right. So
Well, Austin, back around.
Man, we're running out of stuff real fast that I've seen.
Any more Pixar left?
I mean, there's Pixar's left. So I mean, if anybody brings those up, I've seen those. Oh, I did watch The Boss Baby for Battleground.
Oh,
that movie blows. Yeah, that movie sucks. You can put that in the F tier. Yeah, that movie.
Can we put both of them in the F?
I haven't seen the sequel because I didn't want to, but like it's more watchable than the Emoji Movie slightly, so I'll put it in the F tier. But like, yeah, that movie sucks. It's like the worst.
I'm gonna fight you on this one.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can.
I knocked it.
APO can die on that hill.
Yeah.
This is like the worst of like ADD filmmaking for like 6-year-olds, where there's just we're jumping all over the place. There's no story for this movie until like 45 minutes into it, until there's like a vague thing about a company that wants to make like eternal puppies, that are just, and it's going to take away from the cuteness of babies, as if people aren't going to have babies anymore. Like, that's just weird. Like, it doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Like, none of the story makes sense. And it's just, people jumping all over the place. It's just the same shit we see in all these movies that are just these hyperactive movies that just don't give a fuck. So, like, sorry to cuss on an animated show, but it is what it is. It sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Boss Baby blows. It goes in the F tier.
Fucking cartoons, am I right?
Yeah.
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 Well, I saw the trailer for Boss Baby and I said, nope, not for me, and I skipped it. I have not seen it, so I can't comment on it. So we'll just go to Jacob.
And I'll just say I agree. F, and I'll move on.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't like
Chris.
F, move on. Not the worst thing that made me angry on the list. We get to that.
Yeah. Well, JPO, you might be
Y'all are being too harsh. This is S tier. No, I can't lie. I can't do that. I will say it's a B. It is legitimately a B tier for me here, man. I liked it. I like Alec Baldwin as the baby here. I disliked when it actually started having more of a story. That's when it started to lose me. I just enjoyed the first like hour where it's fun that he's a boss baby for whatever reason. And the lore is where it gets kind of convoluted. But yeah, I enjoyed the first bit of it here. I can see why there's a sequel. I can see why kids really like it too, trying to kind of take outside of even my own view. I can see why it works for kids. B.
I mean, we got our Netflix show. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 movies in a show.
Well, with 3 Fs, it's still going to be in the F tier, so we'll move on.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm gonna be.
No, I can't even get to the T. Okay, A movie.
Yeah, no, you can't change your votes now.
Damn, that was fruitless.
The sequel was a last minute addition because as I was going through the list, I was like, wait, didn't the Boss Baby have a sequel?
Yep.
Yeah.
It got added like last minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of sequels, I'm gonna go with a sequel that I actually like better than the original. Let's go with Ralph Breaks the Internet. So, yeah, this is one that where I really loved the first one, and then they took what they did in the first one and they expanded it and they made it like a cool, like they made the whole internet like this really cool like a city, and you go on the highway and you like take trains and you do all these cool things and you visit like so many different places. I like how they use the Google search. That's one of my more favorite bits when they have to go and like search for things, and then they go in with all the Disney princesses. That's a funny scene. And then when they have to go do like the like rally racing stuff too, I think it's all fun and some really good humor in it too. And yeah, I think John C. Reilly kills it as Ralph, and then also Jack McBrayer for Fix It Felix. I mean, they're great, and even Sarah Silverman. I mean, I think this are like some of the best voice casting as far as like getting famous people to be in a role where they just fit. They fit like so well for me. So yeah, I'm gonna say S tier for Ralph Breaks the Internet. See what you guys think. So Jacob, what do you think?
I think these movies are fine. I watched it when it came out. I haven't felt the urge to go back to it. I do like that princess scene. I do think that one's a lot of fun. But other than that, like there's not much I remember about it. I remember laughing a few times and like, yeah, this makes sense that this is where the story should go. But for me, it just didn't hit. So I'm actually gonna go C.
Ooh, C. All right. Well, Chris, what do you think?
If we talk about up until Ralph made that dumb decision with the virus thing, it's a really good movie. I will say that. Everything with like the Disney princess is the funniest part of the movie. Jack McBrayer, like the whole him adopting the kids thing, hysterical. Especially when you try to explain what it does. And Sarah Silverman and John C. Reilly had great chemistry. They don't make that dumb decision to make more villains in the last half hour that really hurt the film. Like you made you a little bit unlikable. Like it kind of ruined his character. I am more with Jacob. I am B and C tier, so I go with B. Like
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Destiny is a big fan. She says she loves everything, and that's up there. So, but JPO, what do you think?
I'll go back to showing a little bit more love here. Yeah, I do like the first one more. I think I like the kind of slightly smaller, more organic story, but I think it's a very worthy follow up. I really do. You know, it does open it up a little bit more here, and I thought it very much kind of lived up to the first one to a big degree. So I'm gonna say A. I think it's a worthy enough sequel. It had enough laughs again, and A movie.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
I feel like this movie was somewhat of a missed opportunity because the first one was in like 2012, right? Something like that, or 2013.
It waited a while, yeah.
There's so much more you could have done with video games now, or video games later. I think you could have kept exploring the video game world. I don't really understand this need to do this internet thing that Dave Chappelle did on his Chappelle show like 20 years earlier, and kind
Yeah.
of did just the same thing, where he's walking around the internet mall or whatever. Like I wasn't as into that story. I still have some carryover love as far as the characters go, but I like the stuff from the original one way more. So for me, it's like it was like a step down. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just like a pretty big step down. I still prefer the original way more for me. So I'll go B because I don't think it's bad. I think it's solid, but yeah, I just think there was some wasted potential there.
All right.
So yeah.
So,
If he had not made that decision, I think I would have been behind on
Yeah.
the movie.
S, A, 2 B's and a C. That's kind of like high B territory. That B tier is looking pretty good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, Malcolm, he's a fan of Boss Baby. That's from from that nomination. But anyways.
All right, he was our sixth player, so let's bump that movie up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. We do not allow.
I'm out of time.
Chat.
Oh, look at that. We're out of time. Hail Mary round.
And good night.
Your nomination for Hail
We're
Mary
just gonna do a
round?
top 5 tonight.
Yeah, just
All
top
right.
5 and we're done.
For
All right,
Jacob,
sounds good.
for Chris,
Yeah.
for JP.
All right, number 1,
So, yeah.
Spider-Man. Number 2, Spider-Man. Okay, we're done. Have a good night,
Yeah.
guys. Those
But-
will be the
You
chips.
still got
Yeah.
some good stuff left.
Oh yeah, but it'll be Jacob next to nominate something. So what do you got?
Oh, I know he would kind of go with that.
I think this is the best animated movie from last year. I know there are some other opinions on the panel, so I'm excited to hear them. But I really enjoyed this take on Pinocchio, and the stop motion animation aspect I thought really worked. Saw a little bit of the behind the scenes, and it's really cool how the movie's made. I will put the first 10-15 minutes of this movie up against Up in terms of just emotion and just hitting you. But after that, I still think it's really, really good. It was one of my favorite movies of last year. I had it in my top 10. I think the voice cast works. I think the music works. And yeah, I really loved this take on the movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go S tier. It might be recency bias. Maybe it'll fall on a rewatch, but as of right now,
We did get to recency
I'm going
bias.
S tier.
All right, Chris.
Well,
I-
Chris, what do you think?
I'm between liking and loving this movie. I think there's stuff I love about this movie, and then there's stuff that I have issues with. I don't love the dependent Pinocchio aspect of it. I think Pinocchio is a dick in the film, and it come out really annoying at the point. I think Geppetto is a little bit unlikable at times, even though you do feel sorry for him. What happened to his son? I think Ewan McGregor is great at Jimmy Cricket. The cricket, I think there's some really funny running gags there. I think Christoph Waltz is great. I think a lot of voice acting is great. I think the moment is phenomenal. I think the military kids thing is really good. I like, the son trying to stand up to his father. I really wish they kind of gave a conclusion to that story because you don't know whether the kid is dead or not at that point. I like the running gag with death. Like, every time he died and he wanted the bunny, I thought there was some really funny bits. I think the emotional stuff was a little bit missing from the film, with the exception of the first couple of minutes. It is emotional. I just didn't feel the resonate with Pinocchio Geppetto that I wanted to. A ranking for me. Like,
Yeah. Well, JPO, what do you think?
I mean, Tom Hanks really kind of tried as
Not that one,
Geppetto.
not that one.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Not that one.
understand that decision to do like the same design as the original one. That was weird.
Not that one. Not that
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
we're not talking about that
I
one.
mean, I did like
Oh.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt though.
No.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh,
Not that one.
Oh,
It's
It's the
gotcha.
great Jiminy
That's a-
Cricket. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's unfortunately the one I saw. So
his name's not Jiminy.
not the best cricket from this past year with
Yeah.
an animated movie.
Weirdly enough, though, maybe not the worst Pinocchio though. Probably
No, because I want to see the Pauly Shore one. I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by that one. Yeah, I want to see
Even
that.
digit is Pinocchio. Oh,
Yeah.
The wheeze and the juices.
Yeah.
look at my nose.
Austin, did you see
Yeah,
it?
yeah, no, I saw it. I watched it over 2 days at the gym on the treadmill. So that was really awkward when the first 10 minutes is like as depressing as Up is, and there's this war aspect to it, and Geppetto's a miserable drunk through like most of the movie.
Yeah.
But I kind of dug that. Like, I like that it was a little bit, kind of a twisted take. I mean, it's Del Toro, so it makes sense. He's going back to kind of the hardcore like source material. I was surprised at how much I got into it. I do agree that Pinocchio himself gets a little annoying, just asking annoying ass questions for like the first 20 minutes. Why does it do this? Why did it do that? When are we gonna go? When are we gonna do this? I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop. Like, calm down. But like, I mean, it calms down eventually. But yeah, like I was surprised at how much I dug it. And in this case, if I've only seen so many movies on the list and I liked it, I'm probably just gonna give it an S tier because why the fuck not? So
Sure.
yeah. So yeah.
Well, I guess I got to be the Debbie Downer for this one because I watched it a couple days ago and I really tried to like this movie, but like it's just not for me. But for me, it's either the Disney version, animated version, or nothing. Like I don't really like any of the like original kind of whatever it is fairy tale version of it. Like it's just weird. Like it's just weird creatures, and then like Pinocchio, the total dick in this movie. I just want to sing and I want to dance. I want to drink hot chocolate. I want to do whatever I want. I'm not doing this, Father. No. And then kind of like you guys alluded to that the Geppetto, he's just like miserable drunk guy, and like and I do like one of the scenes where the cricket calls out Geppetto for just being that way, just being a selfish kind of drunk, and he needs to pay more attention to his own child and that sort of thing, and like love him more and stuff, because he spoiler, he loses his own child at the beginning, and so he has another shot at maybe having something like a child, and I don't know if he's really the best father or not. I don't know, but and the movie's just kind of all over the place. I don't like this dark, weird like take. I know the Disney one even gets dark, but not in the same way. Like it's not just there's the weird like just I don't know like it's just like the best way to describe this movie is just weird. It's just a really weird movie, and I already have PTSD from the Roberto Benigni one, and this has shades of that like to it, and it's just not for me. So I gotta say D tier. Like I like almost hated this movie. It was bad. So sorry.
Man, I was nice to Spider-Verse. I didn't even make it through half that movie.
I just can't do it. Yeah.
So is it A tier?
It's two S's, A and a D. So I don't think the D drags it down that much, but it might drag it out of the S tier for now. Yeah. Could get
like a low A.
Could get the bump. Could get the bump. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on to Chris.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but he lost his child, so I mean that's kind of why he's drinking.
Yeah, that's
just putting that out there.
Like a lot of the first act is him sitting by the gravesite, wishing his son was dead.
Was this movie marketed towards kids? Like, is it supposed to be a kids movie?
No, it's a Del Toro movie.
Animation is not. He said this when he accepted the Golden Globe. He's like, animation is not just for kids, but animation is like it's a medium. It's just a genre of film. It doesn't have to be just.
It's really dark. Yeah,
I mean,
we have animated movies like Eight Crazy Nights and South Park.
Yeah,
Beavis and Butthead. That's not for little kids.
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
Well, hashtag not my Pinocchio. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I know. We know you love the Tom Hanks movie. That's fine. We'll get that. S tier for Tom Hanks. Pinocchio. What a great movie.
I have to apologize, you guys, because you just mentioned Beavis and Butthead.
You didn't put it on here?
I didn't put the new one on here.
Can we get that on there real quick so we can get it up in the S tier?
Yeah, I've got to get that in the S tier.
I had not seen it.
You can make an edit. You can make an edit. Jacob Jordan was making edits to the MCU thing the other night. You can add it in there. Yeah,
I have to find the picture.
Oh, shit. Well, do it real quick, and then maybe I'll nominate it when it gets to me.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it because it wasn't on the list, but that would be high. Yeah. But we can go to Chris really quick, and then we'll just go through while you kind of do that. But,
Chris. So I alluded to it when Jacob mentioned last year. I got to go with it. This is my favorite animated movie of last year. The one I went and not wanting to like. I ended up loving it for every single minute. I was getting annoyed that we only mentioned this film from 2022 when we didn't make it on. Puts the boot to last bit. This is a delightful morality, deep,
Amen.
very deep.
Excuse me.
I mean, talk about living the life you want and facing the fear of death. It is emotional. Fun for you. It's really good movie. I cannot talk about enough how great a villain the Wolf character is. He is a character that come out of nowhere. He is by far the most scary villain last year in any movie. Like that whistle alone. But the voice acting great, the story is phenomenal, the animation is top notch, especially for DreamWorks.
Yeah.
And they're emotional. I like the stuff with like Pierre Goldilocks, like her wanting a family, and the bear see her as their family, but she doesn't see it yet. And you get that flashback, with her on the drawing, so it does hit hard. Jack Corner is a scary villain. He flat out used bed to burn stuff down, and he threatened to shoot a puppy for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already made the joke. The better cricket character in this movie, the running up with Jimmy Stewart's cricket is really funny gag. Yeah, probably the what the fuck moment this animated movie last year was the flowers trying the human skin off a human body out of nowhere in the film. But yeah, Puss in Boots is definitely S tier for me. This is my favorite animated movie last year. I really would have wished this one over Pinocchio. I think this is
Yeah.
by far the best thing for DreamWorks past couple years, besides How to Train Dragon trilogy. And I now can't wait for the next Shrek movie. This the quality we do get with Shrek.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's what you were alluding to, that it has the best Pinocchio in Puss in Boots. Yeah.
That really good funny gag there when you realize the Pinocchio cameo.
Yeah. Well, JPO, what do you think for Puss in Boots?
Yeah, I do this one as well. I've sung its praises as well here. It was a pretty pleasant surprise. I didn't mind the last one, but I mean, again, it was so many years later, and Shrek 3 and 4 were just kind of okay. So it was kind of like I don't know, but yeah, no, this one works here, man. Again, it really hits on all levels, including even like the action level here too. Like the last fight is like pretty engaging here and looks great. So yeah, I don't know if I'm at S tier. I think some people might be riding the high of like, holy shit, I like Puss in Boots way more than I thought I would. But I'm gonna definitely say it's an A tier for me though. It was pretty high up last year. It was a big surprise.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you say?
I saw it last Thursday after Cocaine Bear because I knew it would come up here, and yeah, it was pretty damn entertaining. I'm not gonna say I'm not in that train where it's like the greatest movie of all time. Like y'all need to chill the fuck out on that narrative, okay?
No way.
It's this movie ain't Toy Story 3, it ain't Shrek, it ain't a lot of these movies, okay? It ain't even How to Train Your Dragon, but it's really good. It's entertaining. The wolf shit was legitimately creepy. Like that shit was like the best thing in the movie. Like the wolf stuff. Every time he was on screen, I was in. And yeah, Jack Horner's an asshole, and that was fun. John Mulaney was a great like sarcastic douchebag in the movie, and I kind of like that. Yeah, it was good. So sure, I'll say S tier. Sure, why not? Because if I saw a recent movie and it was entertaining and held my attention, didn't make me sick, like I'll give it an S tier.
Yeah, and just for fun, we brought in a last minute person, even though we're halfway through. Malcolm, what's up, Malcolm? We only have 5, so I figured we'll bring him in.
Can we go back to Boss Baby?
No,
I'm sorry, we can't
Too
go
late for that.
backwards.
We've done it for you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I was like 10 minutes late, and we had like one movie on the board.
Yeah.
Now we already have like 13.
Also,
movies.
I probably wouldn't have helped to get it into S tier, George.
Yeah.
I didn't say S. I said B. I just thought it was
Did
definitely.
we
better
at
than
least go back to Pinocchio?
Pinocchio.
Well, for Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I mean, I thought that it was great. Like I'm not saying like it's the best movie in the world, but I'm really high on it. It is one of the best for 2022 though. Like for that year, yeah, absolutely. Because like it's one of those ones that like surprised me more than I ever thought. Like I was just like when I heard about it, I was just taking a big dump all over it, and like a Puss in Boots movie. Why do we need another Puss in Boots movie? Like all these years later, this is stupid. This is like way too late for this. And then like Color Me Surprised, this movie blew me out of the water. This movie's freaking great, and especially the animation style. Like I really like what they did with certain characters, like having John Mulaney be the Big Jack Horner. I thought that was a lot of fun. I like seeing the like wolf is like the like death in there, and then just a really good story with a great message that about just like not being happy with the life that you have and not like really needing too much more. Just learn to appreciate everything that you have. If you stop to think about it, and like most people probably have a pretty great life, and you got a lot of things to be grateful for. So, and also too having the guy from what was in the Shadows, Guillermo.
Yeah.
And like having this be a little dog was like really fun. So yeah.
Dropping the F-bomb every couple minutes, they bleep it out.
But
your microphone's really hot, by the way. We're hearing like everything.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like someone's got a lot of got a vacuum and a bunch of other stuff going on in the background. Yeah. But anyway,
sorry about that, but yeah,
true.
Very hot.
Well, you guys used to complain about me.
Oh well.
He's gonna fix it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he might try to fix it. So we'll go to Jacob for a minute. What do you think for Puss in Boots?
He's ashamed of this one. Just move on.
F, this movie sucks is what I would say if I'd seen it, and because it's not better than Pinocchio is what I would say if I had seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad you haven't seen it.
Jacob, you still haven't seen Puss in Boots yet?
No, I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can go to Malcolm. What do you think of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
Yeah, my microphone actually wasn't plugged in properly, which is probably the.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a little better now.
But yeah, what I have to say about this is I think it's very. I haven't seen it.
Okay, sure. Well,
yeah, we have it's still 3 S's and an A, so it'll hang in there for now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely do go see it, Jacob Malcolm, when you can.
Well,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
comes out on Blu-ray
I'd say
in
go.
2 days.
Go check it out. But I think we're ready
Definitely in the movie.
JPO.
You mean?
All right.
Yeah, JPO.
All right. What do you got?
All right, let's see here. Let me just look at my list real quick. I'm gonna go with the movie. I'm maybe not S, but I'm gonna go definitely high A. I'm gonna go for Luca.
Ooh. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one. I remember seeing some, not necessarily mixed, but like some people were not as high on it. But like, I just thought it was a beautiful tale. About friendship, about being normalized. Really fun Sacha Baron Cohen cameo as well under the sea. I really loved him. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was beautiful. I love the ending as well. Again, I think the ending hits, and even that dog likes it. So yeah, Luca.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Did you say S tier or A tier?
No, I said A. I'm gonna shoot for A.
Okay. Yeah, I saw this movie when we did I was cramming Pixar movies. This is the one I remember nothing about it. I know I watched it. I don't remember a damn thing about it. This one just blended with everything else. I get Luca confused with Encanto. I think they're like the same movie.
This is the fish one. They're in the sea a lot.
All right. Okay.
The Italy one.
The one they got with Reaper.
I know I watched it. If I don't remember shit about it, it couldn't have been that great. I'll go see.
Yeah. Yeah, like I had a really fun time with Luca. Like I made a little letterbox list, and somehow I didn't hit save when I added Luca. I know I did, but I just re-ranked it while you guys were talking. And I think that's either B or a C to me. Like I do really like it. That's not really knocking it because I had a fun time with it. There's just so many other ones that I would rank higher, but I think I'm going to be generous. I'll give it a B because I think that's a fun kind of fish out of water movie, you could say. Like just like on the just
you could literally say that.
Yeah, you could literally say that. Yeah. So yeah, I think that it works really well, and I really like the parents too. I forget who plays the parents. It's like Jim Gaffigan, and I forget the other the mom, but yeah, they're pretty funny. So yeah, I'll say B.
Okay.
Hello,
Malcolm's up again.
Yeah. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I like Luca. I do think it's a sweet movie. But it's not better than Pinocchio, so I'm going to go C.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, don't use that logic. Go with what the movie actually deserves. Don't
Yeah.
be trying to rank it based on what.
No,
Pinocchio
I
did.
mean,
Come on.
it's where I would have ranked it regardless. But
You say Ralph
okay,
breaks
then
the
fair enough.
internet
I'm
better
just
than
saying.
movie.
Yeah. Well, Jacob.
I quite enjoy Luca, and I think my viewing experience was helped my enjoyment of it because I actually watched this at a friend's house, and they have two kids. One who is at the time we watched it was only 7, and he was having a good time. He was laughing, and that kind of helped my enjoyment of the movie. And I really enjoyed it. I haven't gone back to it since, but I remember enjoying the friendship between Luca and whatever the friend's name is. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. They had the parents. I had a lot of fun with them, and yeah, I don't quite have it on the same level as Onward. I have it a tier below, so I'll go B.
All right.
Yeah. Chris.
I
What
like
do you think?
Luca a lot. Been a while since I've seen it, but I like the friendship between the kids. I think the villain, the worst thing about the movie, he get really annoying after a while. That he kind of take away from the movie, but the parents are hysterical. They want to get with them, trying to find their son that's splashing water. Every kid passing by. She is a hysterical running gag in the movie. He's easily the best part of the movie, and the dad, the girl dad, it's really funny in the movie about with the cat. So yeah, I go B. Like, I enjoy this movie a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, what are the
it's
votes?
A, 3 B's, 2 C's. So right at B tier.
B,
See
yeah.
where it is.
I put it up. I put it in front of Outbreak Internet.
Ralph Breaks the Internet has slightly higher votes, so that's where it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well, Austin.
now that Jacob added it, I've seen Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
Yeah.
That movie
Let's
fucking
go.
rules.
It's
Let's
freaking
go.
awesome.
S tier for Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Mike Judge is just back on the top of his game. Picks up right where he left off with these guys. The TV show has been great. The movie was great. Kind of almost came out of nowhere. Like I remember us hearing that it was coming, but and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's like the first 3 episodes of the show, and here's the movie. Like awesome.
Yeah.
and it was great. Yeah, because I mean, you throw these guys from the '90s through this little thing with the aliens. You throw them into kind of modern day with like smartphones and stuff, and they have no idea what they're doing. It's the best use of that kind of. Again, it's sort of like we talked about a fish out of water thing, but it's not like they're on another planet; they're just in another time period. You can't tell me the scene where they're going around saying they have white privilege isn't one of the funniest.
Yeah. It's so good.
Ladies, we're cutting in line here. We have white privilege.
We can do whatever we want. We got white privilege. Yeah.
No, it's really, really funny. It's a great commentary on some of the social stuff that's going on. Really, really good. I mean, come on. There's a whole sequence where for 4 minutes they're just like doing the rocket up and down in the hole and just laughing for like. It says they're doing it for like 24 hours straight. It's great. Like
rockets in the hole, out of the hole.
This shit is so funny. I think Mike Judge is a genius, and the way he was able to work this back in is great. So yeah, S tier. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I totally forgot about Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe because it wasn't originally on the list, but I went back through my Letterboxd and it might be my number 1 actually. Like this movie's great. This movie's so freaking good, and like the humor hits, like just seeing them go through time and like go through the like NASA stuff and like just kind of like do their kind of stupid like bonehead thing and like make it into space and yeah, like it's just a really fun time. Also seeing the like super smart Beavis and Butthead too, like that's a lot of fun too.
But not a single Beavis and Butthead scored, even the super smart ones.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they still haven't scored. And I was just looking up the voice cast. Did you know Butthead was voiced by a female? I had no idea. But
they're both voiced by Mike Judge, but it might have just been the alternate one. There's a couple of alternate ones in the movie.
Oh yeah, it's like a Beavis and Butthead fantasy thing. It's like Fez Howell or something like that. So maybe that's like an alternate one, yeah. Or maybe it's even like because when I look it up, it's actually cut off. Maybe it's like a girl they're fantasizing about. I don't know.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, like, but this movie is just so much fun, and like you get a slight update on the animation too that makes it fun, and yeah, like it just fits right in with all the TV stuff too. So yeah, it's an easy S tier. But like I know Beavis and Bud aren't for everyone, probably not for Malcolm, but they're for a certain people. The people who like them are like really love them. So, and I'm one of them. So, but Malcolm, what do you say?
Hopefully you didn't watch it, so you can just say haven't seen. We can just move on.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it.
Yes. All right, cool.
I didn't know this was a thing until Jordan started talking about it last year, because I've never saw anything at the theaters about it coming out. But
it wasn't. It was just on Paramount.
But that being said, I never really cared about the characters anyway. I wasn't really interested in it in the first place.
Yeah, they didn't really have any news about it for about a year, because I remember that I was watching it, the like news. They had like one article, and then like probably over a year that they had zero in the news, and then it just came out like it was just released one day. I'm like whoa, that's cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, this one's enjoyable. I didn't love it quite as much as you two did, but I didn't hate it either. I like it. I had fun with it. Yeah, it's got some good jokes. It does the multiverse really well. Who would have known we would have got 3 multiverse movies all in the same year? It's a hot topic right now. But yeah, no, it was enjoyable. I had a good time watching it. So I'll go B.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I haven't seen it, and I do not like being ripped ahead. My girlfriend,
Yes,
cool.
my girlfriend liked Being Ripped Ahead. I had tried. I don't find it that funny.
Right. Yes. All right, come on.
Yeah, I should have worn my Beavis and Butthead shirt, but it's fine. Yeah. I got a shirt, but then sitting with some nachos poolside. Yeah, but JPO, what do you think?
I have seen it, and I'm on one side of your two fences. Is it an S or is it a B?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an S or is it a B? It's a B. I'm sorry. It's a B.
Oh, sad.
No,
I have fun. I do, but it's in the same vein as the first movie. I think they're better short form. I actually enjoyed the cartoon series more than I did this as a whole, because I do think the shtick wears a little thin. So yeah, I had fun. I think it is worth watching, especially if you like the other things. But it's just the B for me. Still good.
If it was 3
I'm
or
about
4
to say
hours, I
it
would've been
got
happy.
into S tier over. Like,
I'll do this for you, Austin. Okay, I'll put it in front of Pinocchio.
There you go.
Oh
In front of
no!
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It technically has higher scores than Lego Batman right now.
Yeah.
We should talk about Pinocchio versus that.
There you
go.
There you go.
Well, we'll talk about it, but Arnward had 4 A's and a B. Beavis and Butthead had 2 S's and 2 B's. There might be a discussion there. We'll see.
I think let's vote the Pinocchio in front of it. If anything,
Will it get the bump? It might get the bump.
Pinocchio had a D though from Jordan, and it had nowhere near that low. So I don't know. Some could get the bump here. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, if we just all pick like C and D tier movies for the next half hour,
then
You know
all
what? I
those movies
could
will get the bump, and then Ralph Breaks the Internet and Luca will be the honorable mentions, and then we'll go from there. And the show's over.
Well,
yeah.
There you go.
no, there 2 more in the S tier would make argument for it at least.
well, it's my turn next. And let's go with those C and D tiers, because I have one that I saw and I wasn't a fan of that I just watched. I want to go with the Bob's Burgers movie. D tier. That movie was just boring. That movie was not funny, cheesy. They made it into like a weird musical almost. Like it just. And I'm not a big fan of the show. I saw 1 episode and I'm like, not for me. I don't really care to go back. And I'm a fan of H. John Benjamin. I like Archer, but like this one was just weird. Like the jokes were just not funny. Found myself bored. I didn't even finish it all. I watched 3/4 of it, so I gave it a fair shot. And I'm like. I'm running out of time to watch movies for the show. I want to switch to something good that I actually like. This movie just is like dragged and it was boring, and I didn't even like some of the voice cast. I know they're from the TV show, but it's like I don't know why one of the daughters sounds like a boy. Like that's kind of weird to me. Like I don't know. I've never really got it, but it is what it is. D tier for me.
Wow.
Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah. Look, I as soon as this was put on Disney Plus, I watched it. I was curious about it. I wasn't a fan of this show. I had never seen the show, so I had no idea what to expect. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like, I actually really enjoyed the Bold Burgers movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, so I'm gonna go A.
Sure, yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same level. I'm gonna give it an A because I did enjoy it. I haven't seen a lot of the TV show, but what this felt like to me was just an extended episode of the TV show.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of
I think sometimes for movies based on TV shows, it works, and I think it works for this one. Yeah, I like the jokes. I like kind of the mystery aspect of it, like what happened with this whole. That question sounds weird if you don't know what the movie is about.
yeah.
But no,
the sequel?
I quite enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go A actually.
Okay. Well, Chris, what do you think?
I haven't seen it. I've been told by my friend to watch the show first before seeing the movie, so I want to check out the show first before watching the movie.
Maybe that's my problem. I haven't seen enough of the show. I don't know.
Mhm.
But JPO, what do you think?
I've seen a good chunk of the show. This is one I was very excited for a while here. It didn't quite meet my expectations. I wanted to love it, didn't love it, but I dug it. So I'm gonna say it's a low A for me.
Austin, did you see it?
No, I didn't. I've seen most of the show, but by proxy, like through my ex, used to watch the show a lot, so I saw a lot of the show just kind of through her. But I heard mixed things about the movie, so I just didn't really get around to it. So no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. You guys are a lot higher than I thought. So
yeah. So 3 A's and a D.
like B?
That's like either high B or low A. I mean, that's I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
high
good top
B.
of B.
Yeah, B for
Sure.
Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, Jordan, just to add, most of the Belch family is actually voiced by boys. Like Dan Mintz is the one that voices the oldest daughter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was wondering about that. Yeah, because the daughter had a pretty manly voice, except for the one that's like Jenny Slate. I think there's one voice.
Mhm.
No, it's the girl
Kristen
from
Shaw.
Kristen
Oh, yeah.
Shaw from.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She was in.
Jenny Slate's something else. I think she is a voice.
Yeah,
in
Kristen
something.
Shaw was in the Bill and Ted movie, the recent one. She was like
Oh,
George
yeah.
Carlin's daughter.
Oh,
do you
yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
My Spy.
Yeah, it's Kristen Shaw. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. All right, so we're at hour 37, so we're going to drop down to Malcolm, give him an official nomination, but these next round of nominations will probably be our last regular round nominations, and then we'll hit the Hail Mary, so that's probably what we're looking at time-wise.
Yeah.
But Malcolm, you want to throw something out there?
Yeah,
I know you're probably just seeing the list for the first time, so we can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I know what I'm going for, and I'm going to avoid doing something recent. I'm going to go for a personal pick first. Look, I think I know what Jordan's going to say about this, but Captain Unplanned is probably one of the best DreamWorks movies that they've done. And it's look, I'm a fan of the book as a kid, and it's just one of those ones that I really enjoyed. And when I heard they're making a movie, I was like, I don't know about this, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt because who knows? Like animation, I think is what works for it. But yeah, I'm gonna go A for it. So
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, there were a few blind spots for me on the list, and this was one of them. But I finally got around to it, and yeah, this was a big surprise, a lot of fun. I liked the animation. I liked the story. It was just a lot of fun. I remember reading some of the books when I was a kid, and I was like, all right, I remember how much fun the books were, and I think they translated that to the screen really well. I think the voice cast is good, so I'm gonna go A as well.
Well, Chris?
I saw this movie because it usually some say movie for free whenever it's a movie. So I liked it. As a fan of book, that's a very funny, very clever. The voice acting really good. Kevin Hart is really good. Bunch of voice acting really good in it. I think, and not, I wouldn't say top tier DreamWorks from this decade, but it's still a good movie. So I say B tier for me. Like,
Well, JPM.
Yeah, this is another pleasant surprise. I'm pretty sure this was like my movie pass days because it's one I went to the theaters for, more or less just because of movie pass. And I dug it, man. I have no connection to the novels. I feel like they kind of came out a little after my time, maybe kind of right on that cusp. So I just went in like, all right, I like Middle Ditch. Kevin Hart's fine. And I really dug it here, man. They have fun with the animation styles here. I can, again, definitely see how the younger people would also really like it. And I dug it. I think it is an A movie. A.
So what does
Well,
it say
awesome.
about me enjoying the books when you and I were literally born in the same year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's right on the cusp. Maybe it was just one of those, like, I don't know, for whatever
yeah,
reason,
that's
I
a book
just never
too.
did it.
So
That's why later on said it might have been on the cusp of just like, I just never got to it.
I think I'm older than both of you, and I read
yeah,
the
other
books.
than both of you.
I was reading Tale of Two Cities. I don't know. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm in the same boat as JP. I think if I remember right, I think this was a movie pass one. I exploited the shit out of movie pass.
Exactly.
I
That's why I
exploited
didn't
the
know
shit out
I
of
saw it right away.
I had a Cinemark theater like right up the street from me, like literally like 2 minutes away. And when I had it for like 2 years, man, I was seeing like damn near everything that came out. Like I'm the reason movie pass was out of business.
I think my
I
record's
ran up the
16
bill.
in a month. I think this is my
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, so I remember this being one of them. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's a pleasant surprise. Yeah, I don't think it's like a S tier, but it's a really underrated movie. Really well written. Like it's way better written than you think it would be. So yeah, I'll go A tier as well. I think it's a solid A.
Well, you think you know what I'm going to say about this movie is that I haven't seen it, so I can't even really say much about it other than the characters sound really stupid. I mean, Professor Poopy Pants and some of these weird, like annoying
It's
characters.
actually a funny one. Yeah.
But I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Because if it would have made the championship, I probably maybe would.
I will say I know what you mean on paper, 100%, Jordan. But like, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like again, like it will surprise you. Like Pez said, the writing's good. Like it will surprise you. I know on paper it sounds like a 6-year-old movie, but it's good.
It's one of the few Kevin Hart. Well, that does annoy me.
If it shows up in any other episodes, I'll try to watch it. But I think we're to Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
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 Well, like some of my S tiers are gonna end up in the haven't seen category.
Choose your shot.
You
So,
can bring some awareness to them. I don't know. It's up to you.
You know what? I'll go with one that I love the original, and I think this is an absolute worthy sequel, even if it was 12 years too late. But I don't love it as much as the original, but I think for this time period, I think The Incredibles 2 can make it in the S. I think, we pick up right where the first one left off, and I like that they brought it into, 2018 or whatever, whenever this came out. So 14 years after the original, not 12. But 14 years after, and kind of the roles reversed. Mom's out there doing superhero stuff, and dad is a stay-at-home dad trying to help his kids with their homework. Math is math. Why change math? I have said that before because before at work we had after-school care as well, and we would have kids coming in with homework, and they'd ask me for help, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't the way I was taught to do this. So just wait till you get home. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you. Sorry. But yeah, people. The villain in this one might have been a little more predictable than the one in Coco. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the movie. And dare I say that Jack versus a raccoon is one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. As far as just like fun, it's like a fun fight scene, and I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna go S tier for The Incredibles 2.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
This had the same problem I think that Freaking Internet had, where I think everything worked but the villains do not really work as the screensaver is a weak villain compared to Syndrome, and it does take away because the twist is predictable. It doesn't make sense a lot of ways too, and it does hurt the last half of the movie a little bit. But I love everything else. Great double feature. I saw this and the first one back to back. They did a screening of them back to back. So rewatching the first one and then seeing it was fun. That great. The thing with the dad is really funny. There's a lot of really funny moments. The restaurant scene alone, when the pretended boyfriend come over, she just spilled the scene out her nose is one of the most funniest moment in the movie. I give it a low A for me. I think the villain does hurt the movie a lot, but so a low A for me.
Yeah. Well, JPO, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a good sequel. They definitely didn't strike while the iron was hot, but it at least wasn't Zoolander territory. They actually kind of lived up to the first one to a larger degree. Yeah, I'm kind of like with Diaz and a little bit of that. Like, there's some things that I don't totally love that takes me out of S, but it still leaves me in the A. I still think it's a worthy follow up. So A.
Yeah. Austin. What do you think?
There's a reason why I've gone back and watched the original one a lot, and I only saw this one in the theaters, and I've had like no desire to go back and watch it again. I don't understand the choice to not do a time jump. Like, I think they should have. I think it would have been more interesting to do a time jump, get Jack a little older, get the other kids a little older. Maybe they're in, high school or college or something now, because what's his name? Coach sounds older. I mean, I know it's like a voice acting thing, but he sounds a little older and tired. Holly Hunter sounds older.
Yeah.
I would have preferred a time jump. I think it's a missed opportunity when you watch them back to back that they literally have almost the same story, like right afterwards. To me, is very weird. I don't understand that decision. And to me, it felt like a retread. And so while I think it's still good, I don't think it's great, like, at all. And yeah, it's got a villain problem. I'm gonna go B tier, like B minus. Like, I think it was okay, but I'm not very high on Incredibles 2. I'm way higher than the original one.
Well, for me, I'm a little different because I actually like that they just picked up like literally exactly. They even just like literally like the next scene is where they pick it up, and I think that it's great. Just because, like, how many movies do you know that pick up like literally like exactly after for the sequel? I mean, there may be a couple, but there's not a lot, and I think that the movie's a lot of fun. I mean, I still think that the first one's better. I do, but for what we're talking about here, though, I think that it does have potential to possibly make the S, because I'm going to give it an S, and yeah, like, I mean, some of the villains, Screenslaver or Void or whatever, are kind of a little one note, but I mean, I still like what the family's doing. I like the role reversal for the mom and the dad, like having that reverse role, and I still think that's fun. So I didn't see it in theaters because I've heard some mixed things, but when I saw it, I still really liked it. So yeah, S, I'll say. So Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, it's weird because I'm kind of more in line with Pez. I kind of wish there was a bit of a time jump. Because I get it. Like, the first one ended with the Underminer, so they felt like they had to start with it. But a lot of superhero movies do that. They bring in a new villain at the end, but then for the next movie, they may not pick up from that moment. I don't think they need to realistically. But yeah, I wish there was a time jump, but it was still a pretty good sequel. So I'm still going to go B tier.
Yeah.
All right, so
what do we have?
2 S's, 2 A's, 2 B's, so right in the middle A. It's kind of exactly where it's going to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Chris. Yeah.
Right. I turned between two, but I had to go with a film that made me rethink my life a little bit. After watching it, it was my favorite movie of 2021 on Soul. Soul is a film that I was not knowing what to expect, and then I watched it Christmas Day. It's a better movie I watched Christmas Day between Wonder Woman 1984. But this first film I thought was beautiful. I think the message of it, like living the life the way you want it and not living with regret, trying to enjoy life for it is a beautiful message. I think Jamie Foxx is phenomenal in the movie. I think Tina Fey, I know at first when you're over to the end, like I think the joke is really funny. I think the the Laker joke is one of the funny jokes in Pixar movie. Dave Van Lincoln one is funny. I think that there are beautiful scene, the scene where he's just sitting at the piano, and he had like different scene of his life on the piano, and you got the flashback. I think one moving moment in Pixar movie for me, besides moment for a bunch of moments for Coco, and like. And it's even his mom, like especially you have a trained relationship with your parents. It does hit hard that the mom wants him to do better. That she want a life that she didn't get for him, and I think that does hit home. I think this is one the most mature Pixar movie like couple years. I think it's well done, well written. One probably like late top five my favorite recent Pixar movie. Yeah, so best score, one of the best score in Pixar movie ever.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, JPO, what do you think?
Yeah, I liked Soul. There's some things that take it out of S for me here. That weirdly enough, as much as I said later, the cat saves it. I don't know if I love the turn with all the cat stuff and some of the things that I kind of wish they'd kind of stuck to what they were kind of going for more in the first half. So it's definitely an A tier for me here. So I dug it, but there's just something that's always held me back from really liking it to that next S tier level for me anyway.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
You guys are not gonna like my answer on this one. So I like the first 15 minutes of this movie. I thought it was going a direction I was really gonna dig. With Jamie Foxx as this teacher who sort of missed his opportunity to follow his dreams, and now he's kind of stuck, dealing with these kids, teaching these kids who aren't very good at music, so he doesn't even get to hear music very well, and he kind of gets an opportunity. Then he fucking dies. And then I hated the afterlife stuff. Everything about that stuff I hated. So it took a turn that I was not with. I checked out, and I ended up not liking this movie very strongly. I got to go D tier. I don't like Soul. I think I would have really enjoyed a movie about a guy trying to follow his dreams a little too late or something and then trying to get back into it. But all that other shit, I don't understand that. I don't understand the decision. I think that stuff was terrible. So yeah, you guys aren't gonna like my answer, but Soul is the D tier. So yeah, no.
Well, I'm sort of with you, but because I remember when I saw the trailers for it, I was really hyped. They have a trailer with really great music, and I was just dancing along with it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and yet, the first 15 minutes is great, and then he goes with the afterlife, and if they had potential to do something really cool with it, and they tried something, and it just didn't work for me. It was just boring. It was just weird. It was all over the place, and I just wanted to just see him go back and just do more of what he was doing, teaching class and doing all that stuff, and trying out for auditions and everything. I would have liked to see more of that, but I'm not as low on it. The movie probably falls to a B for me, so I'll give it that. But Malcolm,
If you're talking, your mic is off.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy Soul. Personally, I think on my personal Pixar list, I've actually got Soul higher than Coco. But that's
which one did the afterlife?
it's still. I mean, it's still a B for me.
Yeah.
The Coco afterlife is way more interesting.
Yeah,
Soul.
way more. Yeah.
Way more. Way better.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
I quite enjoy Soul. It was my favorite movie of 2020. It was. I thought it was fantastic. I like the voice cast. This is the beauty of movies. Everything Austin and Jordan didn't like about it is the reason I loved it. It worked for me, and that's not me saying your opinion's wrong. That's just me saying that's the beauty of movies is that we can have this movie and we can have different opinions on it and we can talk about it, and that's why we love movies. So I would go S for Soul.
Yeah. So what are the votes?
Wow, 2 S's, A, 2 B's, D, kind of all over the place. So
Two
it's
S's,
either
two A's, B's.
it's either
D's.
very very bottom of A or very very top of B, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
I mean, bottom of A, I guess. That's
I'll let you guys have it. It's fine.
I have a feeling because we've only got a couple picks left. Some of those A's are going to get.
Yeah, probably gonna get
Did
bumped.
one more
bumped up.
Yeah,
22 movie that probably nobody mentioned yet.
we'll see.
I'm shocked we don't. Shocked we don't have more S's by now, but
I
yeah.
feel like votes have been all over the place tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I'll swing in F tier when we get to it, but I have
Yeah.
one.
I saved S for those truly
Yeah.
special movies.
There's
Well,
one that I really hate. Maybe we get to later.
We're just even running out of shit I've seen on this list. So,
well, JPO, you're up next. So what do you want to nominate?
Let's see here. Do I go for something good or let's do a shitty one? Let's see. I'll go for another good one here. That's again, it's currently the end of a series here. We'll see if it is. Probably not. Toy Story 4. Let's see what everyone thinks about Toy Story 4 here. I know a lot of people were like, "Why third one? Perfect ending to a trilogy here." Funny, has an emotional moment here. I think they did a really good job, though. Of is it totally necessary? Maybe not, but like, is it also a decent movie? Hell yeah! So I'm gonna go for high A for me, an A tier. Like I said, I like the new characters they introduced here. I like this. I love Forky. I love Ducky, Bunny. You know what I mean? Keanu Reeves is the motorbike guy. Like, it's a fun tale here. And you know what? If they're of this quality, keep it going.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
man, Toy Story 2 is a frustrating movie because it's so unnecessary. And I've seen it twice now. I've still just gone back to the other ones way more. Even casually, the animation is gorgeous. Like, it is very, very good. And there's great scenes throughout it. I actually like a lot of the stuff with Forky at the beginning when he's trying to run to the trash can. Like, that shit makes me laugh a lot, actually. And when he's trying to stop him every time from running to the trash cans. But like, I feel like Gabby is just a mishmash between Lotso and Stinky Pete. Like, she's just a mashup of the two. Like, I don't think there's anything original there. I don't like the fact that they separate them again. Like, I'm kind of tired of these movies like splitting the group up all the damn time.
Yeah.
Like, can we just have a movie where they're all together? Like, if we're gonna do Toy Story, Toy Story 3 is kind of the closest one that comes to that because they're kind of all still at the daycare. But like, I don't like the fact they split them up again. They're all doing. Buzz gets thrown to the side. He doesn't like have anything to do. It's a frustrating movie, but it's still entertaining and watchable. So I'll give it a B, but it's like a low B. It's a very frustrating movie for me.
Yeah, for me too. Like, I'm the same way. Like, it's frustrating because like the first three are like hands down S level movies, and then this one is not quite there, but it's good. It's still really, really good. And yeah, like the animation's great. It's more of a story all about Woody. So it's kind of Woody's story, which, I mean, I don't know if we've gotten just a Woody story. I mean, we kind of in the first one, sort of, it is Buzz that they kind of shared it, I think. But yeah, like, it's just not quite on par with the other three. I think they should have ended it with the third one. Like, I think this one's really unnecessary, but I mean, it's still good. Now we're getting a fifth one. Why? Like, I actually don't really
because Disney's in the shitter right now. They're going back to the tried and true franchises. That's
things will bomb and they need money right now.
Because they need money right now. They know
Ant-Man just dropped big, like.
Yep. Just dropped like 73%. They're in trouble. They're in real trouble right now. So they're going there. Oh, Toy Story 4. Let's what other franchises can we dig up? Live action of this movie. Live action of that movie. Let's do it. Crank them out. Go.
That's you can blame a lot of it on Bob Chapek, but he's out now, so hopefully they'll get back to where they were. Hopefully, well, I don't know, but the movie's still good though. I'm still gonna say A though, because it's still good. It's just it's not gonna get the S for me. It'll be A though. But Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like when I went into this, I was of the camp that Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. That opinion changed with Toy Story 4 for me. Like, I think the ending of Toy Story 4 was perfect for Woody, especially. I think, and I think the story itself was good. Like, I did hate the fact that they sidelined a lot of the other ones for most of it.
Yeah.
But that being said, one thing I do hope for 5 is that they do the reverse and like it's a more Buzz sort of centric story that's about the Tim Allen Buzz. And like, because I don't think with the way Toy Story 4 ended, I don't think Woody needs to be with the gang for 5. So, and I know that he's a main character,
That
but
they piss
I
off
would
a
like to
lot.
see what they'll do if they sidelined Woody and actually have it focus on Buzz for a change. But
Yeah.
so I feel like the whole franchise was more Woody's story, but I think a good Toy Story 5 I hope would end the thing. But I think Toy Story 4 is good. I'm actually going to give it a low S. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jacob?
Toy Story 4 is the best unnecessary movie I think I've seen.
Yeah.
And that it's really quality, but it's like watching it, I was like, did we need this? No, I think Toy Story 3 is the perfect ending, as we've all said. But I still really enjoy this one. Yeah, the stuff with Forky at the beginning is a lot of fun, and I quite enjoyed the movie. I'll go A.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I like Toy Story 4 a lot. I do think it has some really funny gag in it that definitely top level Toy Story gag. The funny gag with Buttercup and wanting to get the dad in trouble is a really funny running gag in the movie. The plush truck joke is probably the funniest joke in the movie with Tina Michael Key and Jordan Peele. Like that whole didn't finally figure out how to get the key and like knock out the old lady every single time, and that long drag out joke, like probably one of my favorite theaters band for a Toy Story movie. And I love Keanu Reeves and Duke Kaboom. I think that was a great addition to the movie. Yeah, I don't love what they did with Bonnie. Like that he easily, they forget about really everything. I think that kind of insults why Andy gave Woody up to Bonnie. Like, kind of insult a little bit to the ending of Toy Story 3. I do love the ending. I did get emotional when but say Bonnie may be okay, and like that line did get to me emotionally. I say low A for me. Like I would not put it above Soul. I'd like Soul a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
it's mostly A's, right?
It's mostly A's. It's an S, a couple of A's and a B. Yeah, so it's like right mid A, something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. What kind of placement later?
Mid-A.
Yeah. All right.
Duke Kaboom is the Pixar spinoff that we need.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You come through on
Let's
like
do
Ducky and Bunny at least. I'm like,
Yeah, shit on Lego Batman, and then be like, but Duke Boom, now that's a
Yeah.
movie.
I didn't.
I don't watch a
Well,
Ducky
I
and Bunny
don't
fucking
remember.
old lady. Come out.
Didn't you
What's
nominate
the
Lego
Batman
Batman,
A?
Jacob? I thought maybe you nominated it.
What?
But
God, what did that old lady do to them?
but you're up, Austin. So
I'd scroll down and see if I've even seen any of the rest of these lists, honestly. Nope, haven't seen any of those. Hang on, still slow down, Jacob. Haven't seen any of those.
Gotta be a Pixar one or something.
I mean, I saw Turning Red, so I guess I'll just throw Turning Red up there because I saw that. I mean, it was whatever, B.
Yes.
Fine.
An argument. Remember having an argument with you guys with this on the 2022.
it was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I thought it was fine. Like the story's okay. The family stuff is all right. It's it's a decent story about a girl going through puberty, basically. And I thought it was a better version of the Hulk than what we've been getting from the Hulk in the MCU movies. So like I thought that was all right.
Think the Hulk's about puberty? I never put that together.
No, I just mean like
metaphor
the rampaging monster inside that's always trying to get out. They do it better than MCU's doing it right now. So I'll give it a B. Whatever. I think that's one of the last ones I've seen. So whatever. That's what I'll nominate. Yeah.
Well, like the best way I can describe this movie is like I do not like this movie. It's not not good. Like for me, like it just it's for a completely different audience. Like it's just not for me. Like it's for like preteen girls. It's for like just like teenagers in general, and it's just like it just didn't relate to me. I didn't really find anything funny, anything entertaining. And maybe it would have worked better if they wouldn't have relegated it to Disney Plus. This movie should have been in theaters, but for whatever reason, it wasn't in theaters. And,
You didn't like the music? I thought the boy band shit was actually pretty fucking good.
You didn't like the last
Boy
half
band,
hour
no.
movie?
Well, I'm just confused as to how you don't like it, but you're like, but I should have been in theaters. If you don't like it, then what?
because I just wonder if it would have changed my perspective on it. Maybe if it would have been
boy
in
band
theaters.
stuff was good. That was like the best part of the movie. Is that boy band was good. That was good music.
Like, I'm not a fan of boy band music for the most part, so I mean it's fine.
It's
There's
okay.
some okay.
It's a different generation.
I'm secure in my masculinity to say the boy band shit in this movie was good. So,
Well, like, well, nothing to do with that. It's just like your music preferences, but yeah, like I just did not really care. Like it's a D for me. It's just not. It didn't hit for me. So yeah, sorry. But Malcolm.
So I am neither a preteen girl nor a teenager, but I really did enjoy this movie.
You know the stuff about the period and stuff, and they kind of allude to that.
I mean,
I don't think it's alluding to
I
it.
don't think it's funny.
telling
The
you
shock
that's what it
value
is.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
not,
I'm just like-
it's not a mystery. That's what it is.
yeah,
Like, I don't even like seeing tampon commercials, let alone a whole movie about.
yeah, no, I
talking
mean,
about that stuff.
yeah, it's one of those ones like it's not supposed to be a hidden message, like, but it's like that is all that aside. Like, I thought it was a really entertaining like movie, and I didn't really think of the connections with the Hulk, until Austin brought it up just a few moments ago. But it really is. Really think about it.
Think about it. She gets emotional and this beast comes out. That's the Hulk.
Yeah.
It's just a girl version, and it's red. It's the Red Hulk. So yeah.
You don't want to make her anxious or whatever. And,
Somewhere out there, somebody writing a fan fiction of Tony Rand crossover with the Hulk.
Yeah.
But yeah. That being said, I'm going to go A for Turning Red.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Jacob.
I'm also gonna go A for The Incredible Red. I quite enjoyed this movie actually. Yeah, and all the boy band stuff is really good. I think music great. So yeah, for me, I quite enjoyed it. It's one that I can put on and enjoy. It's probably like mid Pixar right now, but as far as like this list that we have, I'll go A.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I like this movie a lot. I said it around 2022. I do like this. I think the argument you made for Onward, the same argument I made for here. That last hour of the movie, when it comes to the content, the conflict with her and mom, but really make the movie a lot better than what it is. Because you chose Trinette a little bit with the struggle between her and mom. So I love the mom expectation, mom trying to get the daughter to be who she wants to be, and then that conflict. And the mirror scene is phenomenal when they go into the mirror world a little bit, and the parents just it does get a little bit more to the content entertaining itself. The boy band, yes, is easily one of the best part of the movie. And it have a good climax to it. Like, we had to see a fun climax with music, social arts with the mom and the daughter. Yeah, it B level for me. Like I say, I know I'm more high on soul than a lot of you guys, but it's nowhere on the soul level or like Toy Story 4 level. So it's B rank for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle here. I actually liked it enough to where it's more good than bad here, but yeah, I mean, I thought some stuff hit better than others moments of it. So again, I don't know if I'm going to go back to a lot, but I think it's a B movie. I'm fine with it being in the higher middle B's.
B movie will be in our 2000s tournament, JPO.
Oh, we're talking about Turning Red? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about Turning
Yeah.
Red. So yeah, the average is B's. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, Jordan, you're the last one of this round. We'll get to the Hail Marys. So what do you got?
Shannon, I hope you're going with the one I've been.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna bring up the the cast for it really quick. But I'm gonna go with Ray and the Last Dragon.
no.
You can bring that one. up.
Okay, going with my hammer.
But yeah, so I watched this for the first time, and like I was really surprised. The movie had a lot of really cool like fight scenes, and like I really liked all the like her going after all the different crystals to try to bring these dragons back, and also to try to bring back all of her people too, and like her dad or her ba or whatever that she called it, and yeah. I thought that the Aquafina just voicing a dragon actually really worked for me. I'm a big Aquafina fan, so it worked for me. And yeah, like there were some very emotional parts when you think that like you lose your some of your family members, like some of your people, and you're like just a few of you left, and then you're starting to lose other things like the one dragon was the water dragon, so when something happened to that, the water started to go away and like all that. So yeah, like I thought that it was a lot of fun. So yeah, and it got me kind of emotional near the end. So I'm gonna say S tier for Ray and the Last Dragon. Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think? And you're muted.
Yeah, I was really surprised by Ray and the Last Dragon. It was just one of those movies which I kind of wasn't too sure what it was going to be like. And I think, but I went into what said, and I really enjoyed it. I think this is one that could have been a really big hit had it not been for COVID, sort of. But yeah, I'm going to go for an S tier for Raya.
Yeah. Jacob. what do you think?
Actually, it's Raya and the Last Dragon, not Raya.
Raya, yeah.
If you're gonna
Well, he's from New
nominate
Zealand.
the
You
actor,
got
don't
to give him a
disrespect
pass, like on the accent.
No, I think I would enjoy this one more if it didn't come out the same year as Encanto, which I enjoyed a lot more. I think Encanto just kind of overshadowed it. And so I haven't gone back to this one as much as I have Encanto, especially with the music. But I still remember really enjoying it and having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, great voice cast, great animation, and cool story. So I'll go a low A for Raya.
It's one of the things that I liked about it. No singing in it, so that was a plus for me. So yeah.
Yeah, Jacob.
Chris, what do you think?
I like Raya a lot. It's a film I gone back a few times watching because my relative had it on a few times. It's a good movie. I'm not high on it like a lot. You guys did. See the action sequence great. I think most of the characters are really good. I don't love the plot itself. I think I've done a little bit better with the plot. But it's something I need to go back on. I go with low A, might be like low A, by high B range. Like,
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah, I dug Soraya, Sarah. I really dug.
Raya.
Yeah, actually, I
We're
dug
not
this movie
talking about
here.
the artist formerly known as Paige.
Oh, okay, sorry. She's on my mind a lot. Wait, what? Now I can't stop thinking about her. I actually saw her live Wednesday. She looked right me in the eyes. But as for this Last Dragon girl, she didn't. I lied. That didn't happen at all. As for this Last Dragon girl, I really don't know what I was going to say now. It's an A. It's an A. I like it. I dug it.
Yeah. Well, Austin, have you seen it?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay.
I didn't see that. All right, two S's and three A's, so it's kind of high A territory. All right, so let's start winding this down. We're gonna go to our Hail Mary Last Chance round. So that's what we're gonna go with. And how this works is I'll go up and down the ladder. You guys make yourself a little list. If you got a few last second nominations of anything, and we're just shooting for anything S tier or like very high A, just the really good stuff you think is still on the list. Shout them out for me. Not more than like 5 or 10. Like, let's not go crazy, but like, I don't think we're in danger of that in this one, but I'll say it anyways. But still, something like that. But what I'll be looking for is crossovers. So anybody that says it more than once. So even if you hear somebody before you say a movie that you agree with, go ahead and say that as well, just so I know there's a crossover. I'll write down all the crossovers, and then we'll go up and down and get official votes from everybody. So that's what we're gonna do. And then that voting round will literally just be like, we'll go up and down the ladder for each one, like 5 seconds, like just give me a letter grade essentially, and we'll see if anything makes it up in there last minute. Definitely could. It's happened before, so that's what we'll be looking for. So,
well, I'll just say that is way less than I normally do. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah. So usually
yeah, Malcolm's first, but if anybody's not ready and needs a second, I can go to whoever is ready to write down. So,
do you need a minute, Malcolm?
Does anybody want to volunteer? Yeah.
One, whatever.
I was about to say, I think I'm ready, actually.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Malcolm. Hit me.
I'm too far away to hit you, but
That's a digital hit.
Yeah.
but anyway, I'm gonna go the Lego Movie 2.
Okay.
Isle of Dogs.
All right.
Yeah.
Encanto.
Kento.
Scoob.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Let him do his picks.
Let him do his picks, Chris.
Make faces like I do. I'm making a face.
Chris, this is not your crown. When we get to you, we'll get to you. It's not your
Some
crown.
people love Scoob. I mean,
Roll your eyes like I do. It's silent.
Yes.
Scoob is amazing. So,
The Grinch. And the Bad Guys.
Bad guys.
they really overplay it. Be like, oh my gosh.
Two of them.
Those are solid picks.
Jacob, what do you got for me?
All right, I have Encanto.
Okay.
I also have Isle of Dogs. I will go with Marcel. Missing Link. And The Bad Guys.
Okay.
And also, I just want to shout out because I don't think anyone else will say them, but Mary and the Witch's Flower, The Breadwinner, and Wolfwalkers are all great movies that I think people should see.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Good. Chris.
Encanto. Shell with the shoes on.
Okay.
The Sea Beast. Isle Dog.
Okay.
Anything else? The Bad Guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right, sounds good. JPO.
Lego Movie 2.
Okay.
The End.
All right.
Where's
We call it the end.
The end?
Yeah.
This is
keep
the
looking. Let me see it.
All right.
There's animation in that. And the fucking
Yeah.
beast.
That's this is the end, and I believe that not eligible
Yeah.
for this
Oh,
material.
my bad. Okay.
Well, Austin, do you have anything?
No, pass. No, they literally
Pass?
don't have anything.
Yeah.
I've seen
Oh,
like
sure,
2
yeah.
of the movies on the list, but they're like B tiers, so it's not even worth it. Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll just pass. I don't have anything.
Yeah. I'll go to my. I don't have too many, but what is that? Strange World. I just watched that. It was pretty good.
I thought that movie would be too woke for you, Jordan.
Yeah. Well, did have some things.
have it
but-
Yeah, I mean, did you get in a little trouble for complaining about Lightyear? Stranger World's way worse than that.
Yeah, that was right off the mark when I complained there because I complained without even seeing it. So I
Yeah.
just not said anything. So I apologize on that one, but yeah. So Strange World, the Sea Beast. I'll second that one. And then Marcel the Shell, and the Lego Movie 2, and that is all.
All right, sounds good. So, guys, give me about 60 seconds to write down the crossovers on my chart for official votes. So, talk amongst yourselves for about 60
It's
seconds.
intermission time. We're
Intermission
the
time.
votes.
I gotta
Good,
count
count them up.
up.
Good, gonna count.
I had
them up.
one
Down
more.
crossovers.
I had one
You guys
more
gotta
F
write
on
it
the
down to
list.
get the votes.
Who's
Yeah.
gonna
One
you
more
got, Jacob?
F.
Oh, okay. What's your F?
The Willoughbys. Thoughts, anyone?
No, be
I
never
I-
see.
I hated that movie.
No, you're hating
I-
for no reason.
My other
I-
F would
I
have been
hate
Frozen
it for-
too.
I mean,
for-
Trovo Kill is definitely an F.
No
What is?
Frozen
What's
for
it
me.
F?
Trovo Kill wasn't that good.
No, it's
Wait,
very.
what?
It's
Wait, what'd you
trolls,
Oh.
which again I go see or D just because it's not for us. It's songs and brightness for kids. That's what it is.
You know
what
what? I'm gonna say
It's
this.
not made for us.
I didn't vote for it, but I actually did enjoy Teen Titans Go to the movies.
I was about to say that might be the most surprising movie on
Yeah.
the list.
And I like the
Yeah,
music
it's a
from
it's a B
from-
for me. I'm surprised no one said it though. I know people love that movie.
Well, speaking of like boy bandish type of stuff on Trolls 2, I actually did kind of like the music. I'll say that.
I mean, I like how dark the Teen Titans Go in the movie get with the whole them going
I
back.
wouldn't
in
go
time.
F for anything, but I'd go a C or a D for Cars 3. That's probably my hate here.
Yeah.
Spielberg
I
definitely
really
left
enjoy
it.
that.
I'm
one.
at
I
a
think it's
C.
the best of the franchise.
Yeah.
I go
I'm,
low A.
All right.
I'm
Pez
ready.
is ready. He's
I'm
counting
ready.
them up. Go.
All
All
right.
right, time to. Okay,
Go.
so I got 6. So again, we'll just go up down the same order. I'm not going to change the order, just literally up and down. Just give me your vote for each one. All right, we'll start with the Lego Movie 2. Malcolm.
A.
Okay, Jacob.
B.
Okay, Diaz.
B.
Okay, GPO.
As the font said, A.
Haven't seen it. Jordan.
Also say A.
Okay, so 3 A's and 2 B's, kind of
Put it
low
in
A
there.
range, low A range. All right,
Yeah.
next we will go with Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs. Malcolm,
S.
Jacob,
S.
Diaz,
S.
JPO.
My only Anderson blind spot. Haven't seen.
Haven't seen. Fuck Wes Anderson. Jordan.
Yep. Fuck Wes Anderson. I have not seen it.
So you still have 3 S's. So I mean, it might scoot in on that low S. We'll see. It is a sweep for the people who have seen it. So there you go.
Mm.
It is what it is. All right, we go to Encanto. Malcolm.
S.
Okay, Jacob.
Yeah, I'll go S actually.
Chris.
S. I named my cat after Bruno for the movie, so S.
JPO.
My niece has a backpack, but I wasn't with her at the time. I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. Jordan.
And I also haven't seen it, but at my family reunion this summer, they sang like every song for karaoke, like every song from that.
Well, it's the same as Isle of Dogs. The 3 people have seen it all get say S, so it might be like low S. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll scoot in there. All right, we got the bad guys. Malcolm.
A.
Hey, Jacob.
A.
Hey, all right, Chris.
A.
All right, JPO.
Hey, I'm gonna give it a B.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Stole my joke, Austin. A, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, 3 A's and a B, low A territory. We got 2 more. We got the Sea Beast. Malcolm.
C.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the movie. We're looking for a grade.
Sea Beast.
See,
I'll go A.
yeah.
Hey.
A.
All right, Chris.
Low A.
Okay, JPO.
Have not seen it.
I stole my joke. I was gonna say I have not seen it. Yeah.
But I'll give it an S. I just watched it and it was awesome. So S.
S, 2 A's and a C is like still kind of low A territory, unfortunately. And then the last one would be Marcel, the shell, whatever you call it.
Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
With the shoes on. Okay, the Marcel with the shoes. Malcolm.
I haven't seen Marcel's shoes.
Okay, Jacob.
Seen his shoes?
S.
All right, Chris.
Huge S.
Okay, GPO.
I was gonna watch it with that new David Harbour Ghost movie drop, so I didn't see it.
Maybe I'll watch it like 10 years from now. Haven't seen it. Jordan.
This one's very borderline between S and A, but I'll say S, but it's going to be a low S for me.
Well, with 3 S's but only 3 votes, it's going to be in that same category the other where S's scooted in there on. So, yeah, still in the back there.
Yeah.
So, but with that, we have what? We got 9 in the S tier right now, as of right now. So, yeah, so one of those movies is going to get the bump down.
Depends
there,
on the
so-
votes. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's going to have to go with the votes. So I got to go. I'm going to start kind of weeding through all those A's with the ones that have S tier votes, not just A's. So Lego Batman has a couple, but it also has like 1A, 1B, 1C. So it's a little scattered. Pinocchio has 2 S's, an A, and a D. So average wise, it's kind of Lego Batman territory. Let's see. Beavis and Butt has 2 S's, 2 B's. That's in contention. That's in contention. Let's see. I'm not saying it's there yet. I'm saying it's in contention. Incredibles 2 is like 2 S's, 2 A's, 2 B's, so that's in contention. I don't think Soul is, unfortunately. I think it's going to be just outside of that with the votes. Raya's got 2 S's, 3 A's. Raya's in that discussion. So yeah, I actually think according to the votes,
what about Onward? Did that get
Onward didn't have any S votes. It only had 4 A's and a B, so it's not there. And again, Lego Batman. The one thing that's hurting it right now is it had one C.
I'm just gonna move up the ones that had S votes.
Yeah. So
damn you, Pez.
it's unfortunately those first 3 right there didn't have anything lower than a B. So that's what's going to take it. So what we're going to do is we're going to vote on those 3: Beavis and Butthead, Incredibles 2, and Raya. Vote for which you think should get the bump into the S tier, and I will retally the votes. So give me 1 second to kind of get my tally going here. Raya. Okay, so out of Beavis and Butthead, Incredibles 2, Raya, Malcolm, which one gets the bump for you?
Right.
Raya. Okay, Jacob.
Incredibles 2.
Okay, Diaz.
Incredible too.
Okay, JPO.
Tying it up with Raya.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh no.
I would go Beavis and Butthead. Let's go.
And we literally have a tie.
That is a classic.
Which is amazing. So I don't know what we do here.
Is there anyone in the
Ask the
chat
chat?
that wants to say?
Or we spin a wheel on camera. I could do that too. That's up to y'all. If you want me to make a wheel real quick, I can do that and we'll spin it on camera. Literally, we spin a wheel. I don't know what everybody thinks about that. Should I?
I'm down for it. Sure.
I mean, is one of your friends in the chat, Jordan?
I don't know if anybody's in the chat. I think everybody dropped out.
Chat. You can vote Beavis and Butthead, Incredibles 2, or Raya the Last Dragon if anyone wants to put it in there. Oh, that's
Jordan.
What's that?
That's JPO.
I gotta create a new account.
That vote doesn't count.
All right, we're gonna
Be like,
And you know what? Just for that, JPO, I want to switch my vote to Beavis and Butthead.
No, you can't. That's
Yeah.
not allowed.
You tried to cheat.
It was a harmless joke. I knew you would catch, Jake. It was a harmless joke. I knew you'd catch.
Yeah, I don't know. You tried to cheat. I think Jacob's running tonight. You just lost your spot for trying to cheat.
I knew you'd catch it. Come
And I
on.
just think it'd be fun to have a Beavis and Butthead movie in the championship episode.
well, you need a fake account, JP, like a Bob McMurray or something.
I also think the first Incredibles will absolutely make it to the championship as well. So
Yeah.
I'm okay if the second one doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't use it. Has your middle. Your name is still in there, Jordan.
We're moving
Still
on.
there.
We're moving on. So what we're going to scoot to now is the S tier. Besides that, so
how many accounts do you have?
he's got a whole bunch of them. Just ignore all that. All right. So I think again, Encanto, Marcel, and Isle of Dogs again because they only have 3 votes apiece. They were sweeps, but I think they're kind of going to be right near where they are. We can individually rank them in a second, but they're kind of going to be in those 7, 8, 9 slots. So we will deal with that in a minute as far as where they actually rank. Puss in Boots had 4 votes total, so it's kind of still there, 3 and 1, so it's kind of hovering around that territory where it is right now. And Klaus is actually lower looking at it than Puss in Boots with 3 S's and a B. Ooh. So those actually get flip-flopped. And then as far as everything else goes, Coco had 4 S's and an A, so that's kind of where it is because it wasn't a clean sweep. And Mitchell's versus the Machines, How to Train Your Dragon, and Spider-Man all had clean sweeps. So that's the one we got to deal with next. So Coco, since it had the 1A, is where it is. All right, so that's what we'll do first. We will vote for number 1. So out of How to Train Your Dragon 3, Spider-Man, and Mitchell's versus the Machines, what is your number 1? We will go around the horn. Malcolm, I need your vote first. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, Jacob.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Chris.
Spider-Man.
All right. JPO.
Dragon Man.
Dragon. Okay. I'll leave it up to Jordan. I'll say How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, it's got to be Spider-Man.
All right. Well, Spider-Man.
I think that
We
makes
hit the
tier
bump.
3 easier, though.
Well, I think it does. Yeah. So, I mean, we can do a quick vote if we need to. How to Train Your Dragon versus Mitchell's. Malcolm, what's number 2? He's having some technical issues, right? There you go.
No, it's what I call pretend to be Stephen Shepard, but I'll give him
Mitchell. Okay. Jacob.
This one's really close. I'm leaning towards Dragon.
Dragon. Okay, Chris.
One of the most creepiest product placements ever. Mitchell.
Okay. JPO.
Dragon.
I'll go Dragon.
Now we'll go with the Mitchells.
Ooh, another tie.
Can we
Another
go
one?
to the
Oh.
chat and let's not look at the usernames.
That's not looking
Yeah,
good.
right.
The Furbies. What?
Although I will say this might sway it. In the initial vote, How to Train Your Dragon got 2 votes.
Yeah.
I think that somewhat sways it a little bit for How to Train Your Dragon. It had even people putting it at number 1, so I think that kind of sways it with that ranking.
Sure. Yeah.
According to the votes, the 5 or I should say the 6 right there are kind of exactly where they're going to be. We can vote if you guys like on the placement of Isle of Dogs, Encanto, and Marcel. We can go up and down for that. Malcolm, what would be your top of that little grouping right there? At some point tonight, Malcolm, just any time would be great.
Encounter.
I mean, I know you want to keep us in suspense, but it's like 1 a.m. where I'm at, so anytime you're ready. Jacob.
No, Marcel.
Marcel, okay. Diaz.
The one that emotionally wrecked me after watching Marcel.
Marcel. JPO.
This is blind spots. Do you want me to vote off what I want to like or skip me?
Yeah. Okay. If you haven't seen them, that's fine.
Yeah, skip me.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen any of them, so you'd have to skip me.
Well, I've only seen one of them, and that is Marcel. So I'm voting for
Hey,
that.
well, that's 3 votes for Marcel. So Marcel gets
Marcel is a beautiful.
and
beautiful with the.
And Encanto had a vote, so I think
I'm cool with
Encanto
that.
jumps it. So
Yeah.
there you go. Now we can decide technically if you guys want to do a couple of these honorable mentions, if you like. So because again, Incredibles kind of split, Ray is kind of split here and there. Let's see, what was Ray again? Ray. 2 and 3. Okay, Batman was kind of 2 and then 1-1-1. Pinocchio was 1-1-2-1. Soul was way all over the place. and Onward was solid, but no S votes. Although so those first 4
I think.
First 4 had S's. So what we'll do is kind of a reverse vote. Which one?
First 4, first 5.
First 4, the first 4, because Soul had like
Right.
D votes and C votes. It's kind of hurt it. So out of those 4, which one gets bumped out of the honorable mentions is what we're going to vote on. Out of Incredibles 2, Raya, Batman, Pinocchio, which one does not need to be in the honorable mentions? So that's what we're going to vote on. So Malcolm, I'll get your vote on that one.
The Incredibles 2.
Incredibles, okay. All right. Jacob.
Lego Batman.
Batman, okay. Diaz.
Why?
Right. Okay.
Right.
So where this goes.
I'm only laughing because it's even Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I
Oh,
don't
no.
think it won't be necessarily because now.
No, I'm just I thought it was fun that the first four.
I'm gonna bump out Lego Batman.
And I would have said Pinocchio.
Okay, so it's a tie, but that's okay because it narrows it down now. So now it's going to be which one basically do we save? So which one are you voting for to be in the honorable mentions out of Batman or Pinocchio? Because Rhea and Incredibles only have
Come
one
on,
vote
you guys.
out. So
You know what the better one is.
Malcolm, which deserves to be in the honorable mentions, Batman or
easy.
Pinocchio?
Yeah, it's the one that should have been an S tier, Pinocchio.
Okay,
Ugh,
Jacob.
they were way too high in this movie.
Pinocchio.
Jordan,
It
you're not
is
helping our cause.
terrible.
You're not helping the cause,
Yeah,
Jordan.
we get it, Jordan. You didn't like the movie.
No, I hated it. I didn't just like it. I freaking like viscerally hated it.
Diaz.
Batman.
Okay, Jacob.
Batman, say Batman.
Save Pinocchio.
And save Batman.
Oh, we're done.
So we're once again tied. So we're at another impasse. This is the problem with having 6 people instead of 5.
We just have 4 honorable mentions.
Yeah, we just have
What
4
did
honorable
Malcolm
mentions. Sure.
save?
We did that before. We had 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was
Pinocchio.
literally split.
Yeah, I
so.
said Pinocchio.
Since
Yeah.
Malcolm was the late edition, that means Batman can save.
Well, I think literally we've had this. It's not unprecedented. We've had it once or twice where we kind of had a stalemate, and we just have 4 honorable mentions. We've had
Yeah,
I'm
honorable
happy with
mentions.
that,
I
too.
don't think
So
it mattered.
if it literally, we've had a couple of these things where it literally came down to a stalemate, and there was no way to like break the tie without just like spinning a wheel, and we don't necessarily really want to do that. So
Let's show some love to both.
yeah, we've had it. We
Yeah.
had it in one of the action ones. I think we had like a 4-way honorable something or other. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's not unprecedented on here, so we just try not to if we can avoid it. That's all.
Oh yeah. Besides, it does save you the conversation of people getting mad that Pinocchio's not there.
Yeah, right.
They'll still be mad at the
Yeah.
honorable mention. Some people though.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
does not make the top 10?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you can direct your comments at Jordan Anderson on Facebook.
Yep.
Everybody like this. I could see it. I'll probably get to it because it's Oscar nominated. Maybe.
Yeah.
I came in too late to save it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. All right, so I'll break it down and we'll wrap it up. Jordan, what do you say? Because I think that'll do it.
Yeah. Go ahead. And
All right, so
break
Hail
it
Mary,
down.
Boss Baby 2.
yeah, no, sorry, that's
Shit.
not happening. All right.
All
Well, for our animated tier ranker here tonight, 2017 to right now, number 1, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Number 3, the Netflix movie, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Number 4, Pixar's Coco. Number 5, a very recent release, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Number 6, Netflix's Klaus. Number 7, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Number 8, Encanto. Number 9, Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs. Number 10, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. And our honorable mentions this evening, we're going to have 4 because we're kind of at a stalemate, but it's going to be Incredibles 2, Raya and the Last Dragon, Lego Batman, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
There you go.
All right. Excellent job.
Yeah.
I realize we have 3 2022 movies there in the top 10.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. You know, that means it was a decent year for animation if you got stuff like that. So,
Standout year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
Two
works.
which are nominated.
yeah. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll be moving on. I can't
What's
remember
the?
what
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the next anime? You're jumping to the old school one next, right? Like really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to mix it up. So the next one's going to be anything before 1990. So it's going to be
Because-
The one list I don't
all
have ready.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You got time, Jacob.
Yeah,
But we're going to lump a lot of these because we split a couple of these, and really a lot of those early decades. There's literally like 2 or 3 a decade, so there's not much going there.
Yeah.
Even in the '80s, didn't have like a ton, so we're going to lump
1989 and
pretty much
earlier.
anything. Yeah, it's going to be just pre 1990 animated films. So kind of everything lumped in because that'll be still about 50 or 60 movies. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, which will actually work. Because we tried to make best movie duos a 128. I forgot about that. And so before I actually had the 1980s as its own episode, but now that we're kind of nixing that, the other movie duo can take its spot, and then we'll just have anything before 1990 for the animation So,
Yeah, and then we'll actually have a 90s one, and we'll have a 2000s one. Jacob's got those. I know he's got those ready to go, those lists.
yeah.
But yeah, they'll still work out to literally we'll have 50 in the championship because we split the 2010s into 2 episodes. We'll have 2000s, 90s, and then 80s and before. And yeah, we'll have a nice even 50 for the championship match down the line. So probably around
2000 might be easier said than done making a list.
No, I mean he said he's got the list. It's under 100, so we can just do one episode for that. Anything under 100, we can just do one episode. It's usually when we get past that 100 mark or 90 mark where we have to split it. But yeah, so we don't have to this time. But yeah, that will still be a tough decade because Pixar was
because I know that when I did animated movies of the 80s for Rank,
did we have? Did you guys do a look for like the early 2010?
We did another episode.
We did. That was the first one we did. Was the 2010 to 2016.
Yeah,
was the first one we did. Yeah.
Let's try to hear what made that too then.
Yeah, so overall the championship will be 10, 20, 30, 40.
It'll be 50. 50 movies.
50?
Yeah.
Yep.
50.
Yep.
We got 2 2010s, got a 2000s,
2010,
90s, and pre-1990.
Yeah.
So literally we'll have an even 50 for the championship round because we're going to take the top 10 from each show, throw them into the championship to determine the all-timers. So Yep.
All right, cool. Well, it was fun to get back into a couple of tier rankers this week. So we'll just do some plugs and that'll do it. So we'll start with our last minute addition tonight. Malcolm, where can we find you?
Not doing animal attack movies tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have asked to actually be on this early, but because I knew I was out of power, I wasn't too sure when I was coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Out
of power for a bit,
yeah. But you can find us doing animal attack movies next week. Unfortunately, Austin won't be able to make it. But that being said, when he sees the poll for the week after, he might actually be happy to.
We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I'll just I'll shoot Jordan some of my picks. Maybe he can squeeze them in for me on my behalf.
But
give me a recommendation of like movies to watch for that.
Sure. All right. Sounds good.
But you can also find me sort of hosting Formula Random. This week we've got A24 Horror coming up tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Then on Friday we've got 2 happening. One we've got a spelling match with JPO being in it.
Ooh, spelling.
And we've also got a match happening on Andy Sedaris movies, which is a director that does he directed Hard to High. If you've never heard of that, then you probably won't know much about these questions.
That's
Andy Sedaris or Amy Sedaris.
Andy Sedaris. No, the Hard Chicken to Hawaii guy. That's the one. What's it? Is it Paul Preston's a big fan of or something like that? Yeah.
I also heard Amy Sedaris, and I was like, "What are you named?"
Yeah, it's like interesting.
I mean, if you've ever hang out with Bull Carriola, you understand.
Bill would do something like that.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Jacob, where can we find you?
You can find me here, tier ranker, tournament fights. I'm around, stepping in when I need to. And also the podcast about movies. Austin and I just did an episode yesterday where we each had a wheel for each other and we blind ranked some movies. I blind ranked animation. He blind ranked horror. It was a lot of fun. Go check it out and see what our final lists were. And then tomorrow night, we will be doing the Lonely Marks. We will be doing an ECW on Sci-Fi draft as well as covering Heat Wave, which I will be watching as soon as we are done here.
I was watching it before we went live. I got halfway through my DVD. I still have the original DVD of that from Pioneer Video. So,
Did you guys switch it for Austin? Is that what you guys did? So
Yeah.
you could be there?
Yeah. So we usually do Thursdays. We just switched it for this week. So next week they'll probably do a show without me, like on Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. Yeah, most likely.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
It works. So yeah. And Chris, where can we find you?
You find me anywhere. You'll be finding me tomorrow night on Jordan Pierce's channel on my match against Christina. You know, I might win, or Christina might win, but it'd be a fun one.
Those are the 2 outcomes. Yes.
And then I'll also be shooting tomorrow overnight trivia where you get Harvey, where a point I've been looking forward to. I do respect him from a bunch of the league, but yeah. That'd be fun. That probably will be for a while, depending on the schedule of overnight trivia each league.
Yeah, Sounds good. JPO, where can we find you?
Yeah, always popping them on here from time to time, including, as Jacob said, tomorrow night, the Lonely Marks wrestling podcast. Me, Pez, Jacob, and good old Richie Nemo Goodacre. As well as, of course, as Chris said over at my channel, the Pierce Co. movie trivia countdowns. Me and Pez just did an Animal Attacks countdown. I swear, it was organic, Malcolm. I didn't steal your show.
We actually decided to do that like 3 weeks ago. Like,
Yeah,
we
I swear.
saw Cocaine Bear on the schedule.
It was like, Cocaine Bear's coming. Animal
Well,
Attacks.
so I still got to talk Animal Attacks this week, just not with Malcolm. I got to talk with Jordan. But that was a fun show. Go check that out, you guys.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Some good picks from some Pez. And Chris said his match is coming up tomorrow. We're doing the singles tournament, continuing that. He's next up, and then similar stuff going over at Pierce Wrestling. It's movie wrestling trivia, exclusive wrestling matches here. Been uploading some stuff from Arizona. I still got some Florida archives I got to upload. So yeah,
Nice. Yeah, and Austin.
I mean, Jordan, it's easy. If you want to just go see what some stuff I would have nominated for Rankum, just go watch that. And then if you haven't seen any of those movies, just go watch those movies because there was a 10 there. So
I'll do that.
There was a 10 with some honorable mentions. So literally just pluck what you want off of there. But it was a fun show anyway, so go watch it over on Pierce Code. So that's an easy way. I mean, I'll just be on Lonely Marks tomorrow night. I'll be at the Regal Mystery movie tomorrow night. I'll find out whatever that is. We'll see. I'll spill the beans afterwards. And
maybe I should go see that. There's still tickets left.
I bought my ticket like 2 weeks ago for that. And you can find me on an aeroplane going to Arizona and Vegas after that. So I won't be on this channel for a week because I'll be on vacation.
Yeah. Well, sounds good then. You can get a little break while we do some other stuff. So you can find us all over the social media at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us find a lot of stuff for the channel on my personal Instagram at Jordan83616. You can find the poll for this episode with the top 10 and our 4 honorable mentions this time will be on over in the Schmodown Friends and Family group probably in the next day or two. It'll show up there. And then you can go to our Patreon where we're getting ready to do the next episode of the Seen and Heard trivia. I'm about 95% ready to go on that. I just got to make sure that I have some ready to go answer sheets so I don't have to spend too much time looking up stuff like I did on the first episode. If you go watch that, you can see that, which our first episode is live on the Patreon, so you can go check it out over there. And I'll be hitting up some people to play. If you played the first time, you won't be able to play it this time, but you can play it as much as every other time. So I'll say that. So you have to see if you can beat our current champion Moose Oz. So he'll be back to defend and see if anyone can take him out. So and then we having some other exclusive podcasts coming up. We're going to be doing a superhero draft coming up. Which speaking of Moose, he'll be on that with cousin Ryan. We'll be drafting some superheroes and villains and things. So that'll be fun. And
hopefully he doesn't drink as much.
And also we're doing some giveaways soon. I think we're only about either 4 or 5 people away from 200 subscribers now, so we're getting close. So when we hit that, we got a little giveaway, a box set of Dawn of the Dead we're going to be giving away that Austin has, and then also be
current subscribers and sometimes people on the channel can win that.
Because we're just going to pick someone at random. It's just a random subscriber. It could be anyone. So you actually are eligible for that.
Well, and we got to hit up the winner to make sure you have 4K capability. If you don't have 4K capability, you can't win the box set, though. So you can win some posters, but we'll hit up the person. If they don't, we'll just spin a wheel again and see who gets it after that. So we'll keep going until somebody can.
What I might do, just like a consolation thing, if your name gets called and you don't have a 4K player, I'll give you a 1-sheet movie poster, and you can pick. I'll give you some options for that, so you can have that.
I mean, when it comes to Blu-rays for me, it's like it has to be in region.
Here's the thing: if you have a 4K player, 4K discs are region free, inherently. All 4K discs are region free. So
just so
putting that out there. If you have an Xbox One X or a PS5, and it has a 4K player, there you go.
Nice. And I'll be getting back into some snack heroes and some video game stuff soon, but But for right now, just a little preview of what we have coming up on the channel. So this Tuesday we'll be doing best movies set in the winter time. So, but there won't be any Christmas movies. So like besides Christmas movies, any movie set in the winter time, we'll be there for a tournament fights. We have a tournament fights for best movie duos, which will be a part one because we decided to make it a three part series because we actually found quite a lot of like really cool movie duos. So Malcolm's been making some pretty cool looking graphics for that, so I'm looking forward to that one. Then we also have speaking of Malcolm, we get into part 2 of his 128. So that's coming up on March 6th. Then we get into our best of 2014 ladder series. That's coming up. Then when we also have best movie teams, which if you want to see what that is, I'll just say just tune in. It's not about sports necessarily. So yeah, but and then we'll also be doing best found footage movies coming up. We got Steven Shepard's top 128. And then around Oscar time, we're going to be having an A24 versus Neon. So if you want to talk pretentious, we're only doing it once a year. This is our one time to do it. So we'll be doing that. So yeah, that's a little preview of what's coming up on the channel. So yeah, but thanks again, guys, for being on this episode. That was fun. So we got 10 more movies in our championship. We'll see what happens because we're going to go old school next time with anything before the year 1990, which will be like the last week of March. I think it's like March 28th or something like that. So yeah, we'll be getting back into it. So, but yeah, that will do it. So for Malcolm, for Jacob, for Chris, for Jordan Owens, for Austin Pez, I've been Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.